Added to it. Yeah, see, there you go.
How's it so funny? I don't understand.
I'm
I
recording.
got a
now.
really wide camera on my phone. I can just fucking like, this is like my whole room. This is like, can you see my keyboard? You can. What the fuck? That's like the side of my room. My door's here. You can probably see my door open up. Can you see my door? You can. This is
We all
like
have
a
the same
sitcom,
size
dude.
room, basically.
Nathan, maybe don't.
I like how
Maybe
Stuart
don't
toured
have the
his
camera
room.
in the corner of. Wait, Nathan, where's the bed?
This is just my room. That doesn't have a bed. I
This is
have
where he goes
another
to get away
room
from
with my
Emily.
bed. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
like his man cave.
Okay, what if I just
Okay.
sit here like this and just talk? Just like that. Just had to do it to him, guy, and just sit there like this.
Yeah.
All right, so welcome to the podcast. We are your co-hosts, Justin Rhodes and
Do I have to say my last name?
Haley Davis,
You outed me.
and we are joined by Mr. Daniel Ramirez and
Hello.
Nathan Shane Vecker.
Why do you put my middle name in there?
You have a middle name? Am I the only one here that doesn't have a middle name?
Yep.
That's some
Yeah.
fucked
What
up
about
shit.
your middle name,
Oh,
Justin?
that
That's
reminds
not-
me of a thing I was actually going to say, is that we should play a game where we all choose different middle names
Oh, I
for
already have one.
ourselves. So my middle name's Daniel.
Uh-huh.
Yours is,
Louise.
and Nathan's is Shane. So if you could pick another middle name for yourself, Nathan, what would you choose that starts with the letter S?
Oh, it has to start with the.
It has to start with the same letter.
I don't know.
Sam, you look like a Sam.
Samuel?
So for
Yeah,
example,
no, not Samuel, just Sam.
so for example, my middle name is Daniel, so I would pick Diego.
Well, you really?
And your middle name is Louise.
Louise.
So you choose what?
I think I have to go with Luna.
I can see that.
Yeah.
So Nathan?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to do Sam. I don't know what else. What else?
So-
what else could you go with?
So he would choose Sam, I would choose Diego, and you would choose
Luna.
yeah.
And I get nothing again.
Wow.
Denny's out. Denny's out. He doesn't,
went
he doesn't
over-
have a middle
So
name.
Diego and Luna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Shane.
Oh, you guys
Luke
are
and Sam.
assholes. You guys are fucking assholes.
It took you forever to get it. Oh my gosh. Thank y'all for coming. I'm going to bring up some conversation topics that we talked about in our podcast, but I want to hear y'all's
Opinions on it.
opinions on it. Yeah. So, okay, the last time we talked about annoying habits that we picked up from our parents, and I believe I said I got hoarding from my mom and overconfidence / bragging from my dad. And what did you get?
I got cooking with metal utensils with from my mom. He doesn't like that. And then I don't know what I'd said for my dad.
Yeah. What
I
did
think
you pick?
I think something about like anger issues or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about y'all?
Okay. I definitely got stubbornness from my dad. I'm incredibly stubborn, and like a lot of times I can even like catch myself in the moment where I'm doing something just out of pure spite, but I can't stop myself from doing it.
Mhm.
But for my mom, I don't know. I mean, maybe her shortness. Really, I don't know. I don't know.
I get that too.
What do you mean? You're not short.
But I get it from her though, because like I'm shorter than my dad.
You mean physically, or do you mean
Yeah.
like? No, I mean annoying habit you picked up.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't really think I
My
picked up
favorite
any.
habit is being short.
I didn't. I felt like he was talking about that, but like no, he wouldn't use that as a habit.
No.
But I was going with it too. I was like, oh yeah, I got it from my mom. Yeah.
No, then yeah, I don't know. I don't think I picked up anything from her then. I mean, maybe I haven't. I just don't know it. But I don't know. Nathan.
Cleaning with my mom. Like I'm an angry cleaner. Sounds really stupid, but I don't usually clean that much. But when I do, I'm like that kind of person where I'm like cleaning up and I'm thinking about like who else could have helped
Yeah.
in like the household with that thing, and I could be like, I'm just doing this thing in the household, it's just me, I'm the only one that's doing it, and it's just like that thought process whenever I clean, and that's why it's really toxic for me to clean.
See?
So I don't try to do it, you know. It's pretty sad, but as far as dad, I think like super cautious about things. I like to, I don't even know if that's the correct word, but it's like if I know
Like
something's
paranoid,
gonna
maybe?
happen, you know, it's just like with random people, I'd just be like, well, not random people, but like let's say Emily, for example, I would just be like, oh, Em, don't do that. Like this is what will happen, and then she'll do it. And yeah, I don't know. I is that like cautious? Like I'm just kind of like trying to look out for people, but in a sense, it just
You're paranoid.
yeah, paranoia. Yeah, okay, yeah, we'll go with that. Yeah, paranoia from my dad.
Or
Yeah, no,
over parenting.
that's pretty much it. Yeah, the angry cleaning one's really bad.
Hey mom, would you like some help? No. 2 minutes later,
Yeah.
I'm the only one that does anything in this damn family.
Yeah, that's me. That's
Yeah.
me. That's me. Honestly, I'm just like, no, you know what? I'll just do it myself. I'll do it myself. And then, yeah, at the end of it, I'm just like, you know what? You guys did jack shit. I didn't
I
do
used to
anything.
be that like with cooking. Like I cook a whole meal and then I'd like hand it to them and under my breath like hope you choke. Like I would hate cooking for other. Yeah, but like
Mm.
now I like to cook. So
Now, like, okay, you like to cook, but do you still like when you like cook or like bake for others, or is
well,
it?
baking I feel more confident in. Cooking I feel like if you're gonna say anything about my cooking, it's like you might as well just told me like to my face that I hate you. So
Mm.
and Justin does
Sure.
that quite often.
I mean,
I don't tell you,
Yeah.
I critique there's a difference because if I cook shit, which I'm not saying your food is shit, I'm just saying I'd want you to be like, hey, it was a little this, try something different. And I'd be like, okay. Because I don't want you to eat my shit food forever. I'm not saying your food is shit. I'm just saying, like, I don't mind being critiqued.
love, I
on
always
food.
said it twice. He's really backpedaling right now.
Yeah, yeah.
So
No, I told her chicken was undercooked like one time, and then like it's devastated her forever.
It's a little extra moist, okay?
yeah, no.
I don't mess around with chicken.
Wait, how long ago was this?
Probably
Probably
in
like,
the summer.
yeah, it was like last year.
Oh,
Yeah.
just last year. Okay, because like
Yeah.
if you would have like told her that like in your
Day
guys like
one.
first year together,
Yeah.
like you know she decides to do something nice for you and you tell her her chicken's
Yeah.
undercooked.
We didn't really cook a whole lot in year one.
Yeah, we ate out all that.
Yeah.
I mean,
It wasn't until like
Yeah.
recently that we like decided like, okay, this is my day to cook and this is your day to cook.
Oh, so you guys actually like have days and you guys like rotate that?
Yeah.
What about
Um,
you, Nathan?
I think Emily's kind of given me food poisoning once, I think, but I've never told her.
That's so sweet.
I would tell you
She's
immediately.
I know
she's
you
such a
would.
solid cook, and it's sad because it was actually chicken as well, so it's
Yeah.
like kind of like the same thing that you guys were doing. But yeah, no, she made fried chicken for me because we were doing like a Japanese curry, and
Ooh,
so like I
nice.
made the curry and she made it's kind of like karaage, and it was good, but like there was like one bit of chicken that I probably just didn't look at because I was just like eating it whole because it was like small bits, and yeah, like the next few days I was like both ends kind of thing, but I never said anything to her. I was just like, oh, just not feeling well, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
I
No,
would
we
tell
don't
you
have
in the
Japanese
moment.
curry anymore.
I know you would. You'd be like,
I would
you
be
try
like-
to kill me.
I'll be like, I wasn't feeling too good after I ate your chicken, and now there's a lot coming out. I'd be like, it's your fault. You did this
Yeah.
to me.
Well, like sometimes when I don't feel well after I cooked, like I ask you like, how do you feel? Because I hope it's not like what I did.
If I don't feel good after cooking, though, it's not because it was bad. It's because it just my
Had-
stomach sucks.
Yeah, it had too much
Yeah.
cheese or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, cheese gang.
So hey, right now that like we've been doing this, like I've kind of been like picking at like my thumb a little bit, and it kind of reminded me about something. But I don't know if I've ever told you this, Justin, but I'm actually pretty unconscious about, or pretty self-conscious about my thumbs. Like for some reason that I hate them. Like I feel like they're too stumpy and like short, and like I don't know if you guys know anybody who can like do the thumb thing where they put their thumb like behind like their palm. Yeah. I hate that I can't do that. I don't have the flexibility. And so
Yeah, show 'em.
what? Nathan, can you?
Yeah, he's
Okay.
doing it right now.
Yeah, see, I just I can't do it.
Can you do
I-
this? Can you do this?
I do what?
Yeah.
Oh wait. Yeah, that's not.
Oh, Danny can.
Yeah,
I can't.
Haley, you can't.
Mm-mm.
Hello.
But yeah, no. So it just. Do you guys have like anything that you guys are like unnecessarily self-conscious about that
Her
like
toe.
her
I
toe?
wasn't self-conscious about it. You have
So,
an
okay,
issue with it.
You see my
Justin was self-conscious for you.
you see my thumb, right? You see the thumb how right here it can bend like that.
Yeah.
She can't do it with her big toes.
You,
I
you
mean-
can't curl them.
Not like the
She can do it right here. She can do like this part right here like this, like the base,
Uh,
but she can't do this part right here, the joint.
so you, huh?
Have you
Can
like
you?
tried forcing it?
Yeah, I'm doing
I
it right
have,
now.
and she won't let me.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, come here. like,
Yeah, you try, yeah.
we just need to break it, then it'll heal back. Right.
We just break your
So,
toe.
so like if you like crack it like a glow stick, then all the flexibility will like come back to
Perfect,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I told like, what if like all the problems in your body stem from that one toe, and like you fixed it, like everything would be like, oh my god, I don't feel pain anymore. Like just
Have you seen
everything.
that? How is it House? The doctor, you remember the doctor show? There was a episode like that. She was like at the North Pole or something doing some scientific research, and she was like, I'm having all these issues, and then she had ended up like breaking her toe, and it was like causing like a blockage with her blood, and then like she had to re-break it and reset it, and then like everything was healed.
There you go. That's
Yeah.
what happened.
Maybe it was that.
Steve
Wait,
O
doesn't-
did that, I
so-
believe.
So that was your self-conscious thing, or was that Haley's self-conscious
No, I don't
thing?
think we're either of us. We're just talking about hands and joints and stuff. So
I think that's just something he likes to point out that I'm not really self-conscious about.
all right. We done talking about hands and feet for all.
I really want to know what you guys are self-conscious about. Do you guys have like any like small minuscule things that you're self-conscious about? Because like really, I know this isn't like a big important thing, but I'm really self-conscious that I can't do that. It really kills me inside.
My voice.
Like your singing voice or your talking
Yeah,
voice?
boy,
Oh.
both.
Danny, you just need to find someone that has super long hands. Like,
How's
and
that
you'd be
gonna
sweet.
how's that gonna fix his finger?
Because he'll just like shrug it off because he's like, oh, my partner can do it, so it's okay.
No,
You're
see
right.
that's a thing. I really
Wouldn't
want
that
to-
breed resentment?
Be like,
No.
can you do
Yeah.
it again?
I
No.
can do this. I can do this shit.
Oh, like yeah, like I know like a lot of my cousins and like my relatives that, like they can do it and they show it off to me all the time, and I'm just like trying to do it, thinking I'm gonna like break my finger if I keep trying, and then I get sad because I can't.
No,
It's
Danny,
a legitimate thing.
you need somebody like me who can't like do the pinky thing.
You can be taught that though. If you train your muscles, you can do it.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
Like I can't move my pinky down without like my ring finger.
Yeah, like
Both finger or both hands?
Keep your ring finger completely straight like this, and then move your pinky. Yeah, without moving it at all, like that.
So you need to find there. Yeah, no, I can't do it. So then find somebody
Like,
like,
my-
me, and
my-
they can be
my
like,
ring
"Hey, I can't do
moves.
this, and you can't do that. We all have
Like,
flaws."
My ring moves a little bit.
I think I would just end up making fun of her for that, and then she would make fun of me for my thing,
Well,
and
there you go. That's a perfect
it would-
relationship right there.
it would be a never-ending cycle of hatred turned into I don't know, love or something, maybe.
Maybe.
Nathan, what do you got?
Lovers.
So did
I
I
gotta-
bring up the grandma last time?
The grandma.
What this grandma they used to call me?
What, your grandma or his
No,
grandma?
no one's grandma. Someone's grandma, not mine.
Whose grandma are you talking
Oh,
about?
yeah. So it was it's in the road down. So this was a while ago. That for like 3 years straight, this random grandma would call me, and she'd be like, "Hello, I hope you're doing good, Randy," or something like that.
Aw.
And it was just like I've answered before, and I was like, "Oh, I'm not your grandson." She's like, "Okay," and then like a week later, she'd call back,
Oh yeah.
and she would just call me, and she would leave. It was like I always felt bad because she'd be like, "Randy, why are you mad at me?" I'm like, "Ah," and then she'd just be like, she just sent me so much messages, and like there was so much wrong stuff happening that I was like, this sounds like such a bad situation. And then like one day she stopped, and I was like, she probably died.
What you should have done
Oh,
is
no.
had like your your voicemail set up to say,
I did.
"Hey, I'm not Randy. Please stop calling me."
I had it. I was like, leave a message.
Hey,
Same one
this
I've
is
had since I was-
Justin's voicemail box, not Randy.
Please stop calling me.
But yeah,
This
it's
is Randy, Grandma. I don't like you. Stop calling me. Bye.
and I felt bad because she was like lonely and like
Oh,
she thought it was her grandson, and her grandson was just like a piece of shit and just didn't like her.
Yeah, that's sad.
So I
Should
had
have tried
to like,
to get it away money or something.
I mean, really, Justin, you kind of didn't do anything about it. If anything, you just acted how her grandson was acting.
I didn't. I said,
Yeah.
I'm not your grandson. Stop calling me.
You became
Yeah, what
Randy.
if he said the same thing? And what if she actually did try calling him at some point, and he's like, "I'm not your grandson, Grandma. I'm nobody. We're not family anymore.
It's like, Randy, are you playing this game again?
Leave me alone."
Randy is hostage. Give me $500. That's what you should have been like.
All right, that was my one topic.
There you go.
Okay, I had a weird thing too when I was like 8 or 9 years old. Back when I lived in Reedley, I had a friend who lived across the street from me, and there was this brief period, like in like the spring or summer, where all of my pants slowly disappeared, like just one at a time. No, really, I'm not lying about this. It got to the point where I only had shorts to wear, and we had no idea where the hell they were going. I genuinely don't know how they ended up where they ended up, but eventually, my friend he called me to go over to his house, and he was like, "Hey man, yeah, there's a lot of like pants just hanging on our tree in our backyard," and lo and behold, they were my pants, and we had no idea how they got there. Or I had no idea how they got there, because I mean,
He
Look-
was 8 years old. I didn't know him when he was 8 years old.
yeah. No,
Justin
and
was
so-
pranking him, bro.
No, and it's so weird because I mean, my friend, he was only a year older. He was like 9, so we're just little kids. I mean, how is he gonna do something like sneaky like that? Like just walk out of my house holding my pants? Like it's obvious. How would he have done it?
He put the pants on, then put his pants on.
But I mean, you don't think we would have seen, or like I would have seen him like in my room putting my pants on
No.
over his pants?
Apparently not, because your pants are gone.
That's fucking weird, man.
It
That's
was really weird. Yeah, and unfortunately, we were still best friends for like another 3 years after that. And I don't know, it haunts me. Like I never forgot about it, but I just want to know what happened.
I've only pranked
Maybe.
Danny one time at his house, and that was it.
You did? You've been to my house?
And it probably wasn't even like, it was kind of an obvious prank. It was like, you're like, hey, I got a tree house. Like, Danny, that's cool. Go up the ladder and show me it. And he went up the ladder, then I took the ladder.
Oh yeah. And I got stuck up there.
And then
Did-
you were just dangling there like, I'm gonna die.
Oh, you're so
He was holding on like that. He was like, I can't. He was like dangling off the edge of it.
I was
Justin sitting there like,
a good while. I think like
I was.
did I just give up and fall after a while?
Yeah.
I forgot what happened.
I just pictured Danny
I think
falling
we
off
were-
the tree.
Weren't we there with some people?
I know for sure it was us two and Kaylee. I don't remember if anybody else.
Oh
was
yeah,
there.
because she was like, "Oh my God, Justin, put the ladder back for Danny." I was like,
Yeah,
"No."
don't stop
like,
being
no.
so mean. Yeah.
I was
And
like, "No."
like she didn't actually try to make you do it. She would just like tell you, but
Yeah.
she didn't actually make any effort to change that.
You guys are so dumb.
me, me who's hanging by a tree. I am so dumb.
Okay.
Oh, those are good times.
Yeah,
That was fun.
yeah. I forgot all about that until now. I don't. That treehouse got brought down, so I'm pretty sad about that.
I did a lot of stuff to Danny. Think about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember when I threw your back, like you know how like on the baseball fields, like the one behind the plate is like extra tall.
Oh,
I got his
yeah.
backpack and I was like, "Dan, let me see your backpack." And it's okay. And I just chucked it and landed at the top and I hooked on the gate
Why would you do that?
because it was fun. Because I think I
We-
told him, no, never mind.
We were in 8th
I-
grade.
We were
Everybody
trying to
would
do it.
this.
I said, Danny, I want to try to do that. You said, okay. And we were trying to get it up there
I don't remember that. I mean, I remember when we did this, but I don't remember why we did it.
because you let me.
Yeah, which makes sense.
He probably felt bad for me because I was getting physically abused.
What?
Are you getting physically abused? For your girlfriend?
Yeah, from Mackenzie.
Oh yeah, he was then. Yeah,
Was she there?
yeah,
Yeah, she was there and she got mad at me and then physically abused me more because I did it.
Well,
yeah. No, she was pretty rough back then. She didn't calm down until like sometime in high school, probably.
I think
She
the
was
way it
cool.
all went down was like this would have happened with Justin, and then he was like really upset, and he just had all this like bottled like issue going on, and he was like, "Fuck you, Denny," and like yeets your bag.
Yeah. No, and like I think that was 8th grade when that happened, and yeah, I think we all just had a lot of like pent up frustrations because then we had that stupid game we were playing right around that time too, where we were all just cupping each other. You don't remember that?
What?
But yeah, like there was like a I think like a good solid week where like all of us we were just hitting each other in the nuts during lunch.
I feel
You
like
remember
that was forever.
that never stopped.
That was yeah, that didn't stop. I mean, I never did that. I don't think I ever hit Danny in the balls, but I mean,
In middle school.
I didn't do it in high school.
I'm pretty sure you did.
I psychologically like abused you. I didn't physically abuse you.
Yeah, it's true. I remember like the first like early stage of Diego Luna were pretty haunting.
No, but yeah, there was a weird thing where like all the boys in middle school were like, hey, it'd be so cool if for the next 3 years we all just beat each other violently in our privates.
I think you guys
Like,
were
just-
obsessed with each other.
No, I didn't
know,
do it.
was
I know
just right
I
there.
specifically know who did it. I can remember the people that did it, and like they just
Me.
were like cup check and they did it for like just
I think there
I
was
don't
just
know.
one dude that just wanted to do it. I think he was just like, "Yep, let's do it. Let's make it a
Touch it.
thing. This would be great." Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like to his benefit, he's like, "Yeah," and everyone else is like, "Oh, my nuts." Oh.
I don't
Yeah.
actually remember who else did it. I know I did, but I don't remember who else was there.
Matt.
Okay, yeah, maybe him.
Yeah,
That's it.
it was just Matt.
There you go.
How's Matt doing these days?
That's
there
sus.
was 3 things. They love doing cup check, they love bloody knuckles, and they love the quarter game, whatever it was.
Oh, the quarter game was cool too.
No, it wasn't.
No, I mean it was cool to look at. I never actually. I don't think I ever actually did it, but it was cool to
So
look at.
It's where you put your knuckles down like that and you just fling it into each other, try to
Oh,
knuckle bloody it up. So someone gives up, yeah.
why?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did. I played that too at
And then
school.
it was that and
Yeah.
then bloody knuckles where you just put your hand out and you just punch each
Yeah.
other's
Yeah.
knuckles.
Yeah.
Just- I like this one. Remember this one? Where you had to do that and you had to go to the next one? And you went like that. And you went to the next one.
See, I'm getting flashbacks now, but I don't think I actually did it.
And you had like
because
you
I
had to break each other's one like that, like going down.
I remember there was a thing you did to me, or I think it was you, where like you told me to put my hands like this.
Mm.
Do you?
No, that wasn't me, but I had it done to me. That hurt so bad.
Yeah, and
Oh, those kids
I
were
think-
pricks.
I think I have like long-lasting pain in this finger from it. Like if I bend it like this, it hurts a lot right
You
here.
ever had that happen to you? Those kids were pricks.
Yeah, good times. High
It
school was
happened to
fun.
one of them, and they're like, they got implemented into their psyche was like, I'm gonna do this now to everyone, so they feel what I feel. Which I guess I do that too, but I do that psychologically.
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
Wait. Okay, if you do that psychologically, what Diego Luna thing happened to you?
Nothing happened to me. I thought about that as soon as I said it. I was like, wait, nothing's happened to me psychologically though. I just realized it's fun.
That sounds a little weird.
It's just fun.
It's dark.
I think it stems from the fact that I remember being in 6th grade and me and Jonathan found this site called Stupid Videos where people were just getting hurt. And I was like, this is amazing. I need to follow this high for like the rest of my life of watching people get hurt.
Yeah, see, I could never like. I hated watching like videos of people like getting hurt. It just I don't know. It made me squeamish, which is I don't know. I still can't. Like,
Well,
I was
I'm not like hurt. Like I don't want them to be like in,
No,
in peril.
but well, okay then. Like, what do you mean? Like those like videos when they'd be like on a skateboard, like on a rail, and like they say fall off the skateboard. Do you mean like that or?
No, I mean like the dog that didn't know there were stairs.
Yeah, that's funny.
Like that stuff.
Yeah.
Like or like a little kid, like it's funny when like little kids kind of get hurt because it's like they're not really hurt because they're only like a foot off the ground. So it's like, but you know what I mean?
Have you seen
Yeah.
the one where he's like, "Oh, go down the slide," and the little girl's like, "Wee!" And I'm like, jumps.
No.
It's cute.
Stuff like that. Like I don't want there to be mortal peril, but just like a little. I don't know. I feel like because it's relatable. It's like, oh, I know how much that sucks.
Mm.
So it's like a weird humor thing. Hey,
I
don't
can,
yawn.
I can,
Don't yawn, Nathan. What are you doing?
I've been yawning this
No, hey,
entire
stop
time.
yawning right now.
I've been yawning so much.
Nathan, what was the cool thing you kids did in your day when you were in like, well, a teenager, or early teenager, preteen?
Okay, teenager, cool day. Is that what you said?
I don't know what I was trying to make it up as I went along.
They just
Well-
played League of Legends and Minecraft.
Well,
But-
teenager, before I actually started playing video games and stuff, I just went and played a heap of handball.
You
I don't know
didn't
if you
play
guys
video
have
games
that.
before?
Oh, like I did, but it just wasn't as much. Like I would be outdoors more than what there was
Mm.
like that transition period where like I would go out to like the skate park and like I'd go like skateboarding and like I went from skateboard to like scootering, and then I did like BMX riding and stuff like that. And then I used to ride to
BMX and
school
video
and back all
games.
the time, and like yeah, I used to play like handball and then like in through like my teenage period, it was like handball was like the last active thing that I was kind of doing outside of home, socializing with people until I started playing like Halo 3, and then I started just like building up like that gameplay. I was like, oh yeah, you know, we got ODST now, we got Reach, and then like that's from that build up to Xbox to PC, and then yeah, it's pretty much just video games then. Yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly how that is.
Yeah.
What outside activity did you do, Danny?
Nothing. Well, I mean, this doesn't really count as an activity, but I used to walk to school every single day from like 3rd grade to like the last semester
I
of my
remember
senior
that.
year.
I remember that because
And-
I remember thinking like, man, that sucks, Danny.
No, and things I used to love it. I mean, I still would. Like, I go on walks once in a while, and I still love it. But I
No,
can't.
walks are nice, but I mean, like having to walk like an hour or two and from school every day is horrible.
How far do you think I lived from school, man? It
I don't know, man.
was like 30-minute walk. It wasn't that bad.
Okay, an hour both there and together.
Yeah, I guess, but it wasn't terrible. But yeah,
What
I mean,
about
I
when it
guess
rained?
I used to still walk. It wasn't a big deal.
Yeah. Okay.
But senior year, like the second semester, that's for the laziness. Like the senior ride has just got to me the second semester of senior year, and so I stopped walking, and I got a ride to school, and I don't know why it just took me that long to finally just say fuck it, I don't want to walk to school anymore.
I don't want to be fit anymore.
Yeah, that's when it all went downhill.
You gave up on your daily steps, and you were just
Yeah.
like, "Yup, no, this is me now. Gonna
I'm
catch
good,
a ride
yeah.
with old mate down the road." Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, Nathan, your turn for a topic.
Dude, I don't know.
You're not prepared?
No.
Come on.
Why don't we do the album?
I'm putting him on the spot.
Well,
You
I'm
put
gonna be
me
put
on
on the
the
spot, and I don't
spot.
know what to say.
Well, you start thinking while he's on the spot.
What do you want? Nah, I honestly have no idea at the moment.
Okay, anything in the world you want to talk about?
Well, not really. I'm pretty cool right now. I talk about like Australian government, but yeah, we don't really want to go there because
Nathan, are you actually nervous right now, or are you just like the
I-
looking away thing?
Yeah, you don't
Yeah,
have
no,
eye
I
contact?
just know I'm actually like in my head, like trying to think, and my eyes are just wandering, like I'm not here.
You don't have eye
Yeah.
contact, or we're not even in person.
Yeah.
Hey, where'd it go? Oh, I'm in sheets. That's why.
How do you guys feel about Australia, Australian news getting banned by Facebook a few weeks ago?
But it's back.
Yeah, it came back now, but
That's political.
yeah, had you? Oh well, there you go. See, I can't. That was my topic. It's done now. All right, that's how I feel.
What else is
That's
happening
like
in
the
Australia?
only like big thing. What's happening in Australia right now? Well, it's autumn now, and it's getting a little bit colder, which is nice. I have to put blankets on when I go to bed, and I still like having my window open, which is neat.
Hey, Nathan,
Yeah.
this kind of right now they said it's autumn. It kind of reminds me of a conversation we had a few years ago. But okay, so if it's autumn right now, then in October, that's when you guys are in spring, right?
Yes.
So when you guys do Halloween and oh, actually, you guys don't do Thanksgiving, but whenever you guys do Halloween, so that's like springtime. Like the leaves are like strong green at that time, right?
Yeah.
Does it
It's, you know.
does it kind of mess with the aesthetic of like
No,
decorations?
it doesn't, because my whole life has always been like that. So it's like Christmas
This is
being
how it
in
is.
like summer. Like you guys get winter Christmas where like people have like
The real
snow
thing.
days and stuff. Like,
It's-
exactly, right?
It's like the
And,
Truman
like,
Show, Danny. It's like he doesn't realize his life is a lie until he hits like 30, and then he's gonna realize, oh my god.
that's why people think that Australia is a hoax. Like they don't think it's real. And you know, to be honest, with stuff like that, I'm trying to figure out if it's a hoax as well. Like,
It's just
yeah, I don't
because
know
the
what's
whole
going
world
on.
like is living at this, and then there's Australia.
Yeah, it's like we're
Dude.
just getting like we're getting little driplets of like events and stuff, like Halloween and Christmas and stuff, and like everyone's getting all their seasons right and stuff like that when they're meant to have all these like really nice events. And then there's Australia when we have Christmas in like fucking like really hot heat, and like everyone's like, yeah, Merry Christmas, and you've got like some like, you know, old mate like Greg coming out with the Santa Claus outfit, and he's putting pillows under his stomach and stuff to make him look like Santa, and he's like
Yeah.
sweating bollocks. He's sitting there like, dude, this is 5 minutes for the kids, mate. Just give him the presents. I gotta get out of this. It's too hot. Like, whereas like you could do that in America, and like you could probably like chill in that Santa outfit and be like, man, this is cozy. I'm gonna stay in this all
These
day.
are your
It's gonna be
topics. You do
sick.
the bottom one. It's pretty interesting.
But yeah,
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
should like you need to come to like America during like one of these important days, like holidays, and like celebrate it the real way. Which sounds very
Yeah.
douchey to say, but you should.
no. I come like I'm
It
thinking
is a real
when,
way. It's America way.
Yeah.
when COVID kind of like finishes up, I'm gonna start planning different trips. But I think Japan's on the list first, and then I might come back and like go back to California. We'll see how
Mhm.
things go.
Yeah.
But that's the plan. Yeah.
So my thing I was gonna bring up actually ties into that question you had. So I was thinking of segments to have, and one segment I thought would be really cool would to be a debate segment.
Mm.
Nothing
so?
like hardcore like human rights or shit like that. I just meant
Do
like
you deserve rights?
I just meant stuff like one of the questions I thought would be cool debate is like, should we actively try to seek out aliens, whether you believe or not they exist, stuff like that, where it's like it's something that could be like interesting to talk about, but it's not too controversial.
Mm.
Yeah,
like-
no, that's I'm pretty okay with that. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. Did you have one to start it off with?
That one or the other one I was gonna say is there's another one. It's more philosophical. Is do you believe humans are inherently selfish?
Mm.
Do you want us to answer that, or was that just one of the topics?
That was just one, but it brought up because it's kind of I don't know if it could be really a debate, but your topic was
Okay, so mine was if you can make any law, what would it be? So, for example, a couple years ago, well, I guess, yeah, I don't know, I was like barely 18 and I went on a trip to DC, Washington, DC, and like right as I was getting on the plane, they're like, oh, we don't have a seat for you. I'm like, what do you mean you don't have a seat for you? So, airplanes will like overbook their flights just to get more money, and they
Mhm.
can kick you off and then like try to put you on different flights. But I'm like,
Even though
barely-
you paid for it and
Mhm.
like that was your flight, and like you should have had a seat on there because that's what you booked for.
Yeah.
That's pretty sad.
Yeah, and it happened to me twice on that trip. One going to DC and then one coming back from DC. And
Yeah.
both times my mom got on the plane and it was just me. And I was like, I think that was like my first anxiety attack. But I wanted to make like a law, like
you need to see a little Xanax.
I just needed a little Zanny, but
I think there's an inside joke there, but yeah, I'm just gonna let that one slide. That's okay.
but I always wanted that to be like the law that like airplanes or like airlines cannot overbook their flights.
Hmm.
Do these hypothetical laws that we could make, do they have to be actually like generally reasonable, or can they just be a little selfish?
Be whatever you'd like.
because
And
I,
we can
like
debate it.
I what?
I was saying that's Danny's overthinking.
No,
Set-
okay,
set
no, it's
parameters
because
for
no,
a
it's
pretend
because, like,
situation.
right away, like I already had it like in my head, like the exact kind of thing I would want to make your set up a law for, and it's when people cross the street diagonally. You know, and you see this a lot, like at like grocery store, like parking lots, where everyone's, you know, they didn't park in the middle aisle, so they cross the street going like this, and then they take even longer to get there because they're just they could just go like this and up, and it would take the same amount of time, and they wouldn't be interfering in the lane that people were trying to drive through.
Danny, you know that this is faster than this. We've taken math. We know the distance.
No, yeah,
We
no,
know.
yes, no, sorry, okay,
Pythagorean
I-
theorem, Danny.
yes, I know,
Learn once,
but
Ethan.
it's not very considerate of the
No,
people
it's
of your
not.
surroundings.
But
Like it's
Yeah.
Are you saying in the road or are you saying where?
well, I mean, either like in the actual road or even like in a grocery store parking lot when people are, you know, just driving by trying to get to the exit to the road, or, you know, trying to get into one of the lanes. People, when they're crossing from the exit of the store to the parking lot, you know, there's like the little part that's like rayed out, and yeah, they could just walk straight, or, you know, like go down a little bit until they're like perpendicular with their lane, then goes up. But no, they just go. I hate it.
You're
Drives
asking,
me
you're
nuts.
Like,
asking a
I'm
lot.
just gonna be a dick
I-
today.
It sounds like no, it's just because I feel like jaywalking is not enforced. Like we
It
know
is
it's a law,
not.
but it's not. And I
It's
feel like
not.
if it was enforced, people would probably, in more avenues of life, follow that. But because it's not enforced, people are just like,
Well, they have like in big intersections, like in New York or like really big cities like Tokyo, they like it's the whole intersection. You could like go straight across, like diagonal if you wanted to, which just saves, I think, a ton of time.
Like a cross intersection where like everything just stops for pedestrians. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so you just want people to follow like basically a law.
I
Right?
just want people to be a little more considerate of the people around them. That's all I really want. Like slow walkers, hate them, jail them right off the bat.
Jail 'em.
So it
If
sounds
you're a
like
slow walker,
I,
5K or lower,
I guess
jail.
if anything, I want to set speed limits for walking.
Speak
Yes.
of it, bro.
so kids in high
You walk
school
yourself
and old
straight to
people,
jail.
they're gone.
Yes. Well, no,
Dang,
kids in high
I'd
school
be going
no.
to jail.
kids in high school can walk faster. They're just they're too relaxed. They're not.
They're like, is that a car that's trying to go? I'm gonna walk
Mm,
slower.
mhm.
Yeah.
Simon's
Yeah.
an asshole.
I don't
Yeah.
have a law
then-
yet. This is why we should have checked the sheets, because I need to practice what I preach, but I figured they didn't look at the sheets. I'm not gonna look at the sheets.
What sheets?
It's on the sheet because
Oh,
the
the doc.
sheets, we got to write down like a topic, that way we can think of answers to the topic.
Yeah. You know,
I
I'll,
mean,
okay, I'll be
I
more
have a
mindful
lot of
that the
laws,
next one.
but they're very controversial, so
Go ahead.
I can't.
Can I do mine then?
Just
Yeah.
go ahead, Nathan.
Okay, does it have to be like universal to like both America and Australia, or can it
It
just
is
be
either or.
Australia?
Doesn't matter.
It could be local.
Okay, so
A little chuckle.
okay, I feel like it should be a law that if you go into like a bar or a tavern, you get the first drink for free if you do a shoey. That's
Shoey.
it.
Well, can you
Shoey.
tell us
It's
what a
like
shoey
it's
is?
like
Is that
you
the
get
beer
you
in the
get
shoe?
you get yeah, you get your drink and you put it in your shoe and then you just down it.
Oh,
That's
poop.
so that's tradition, dude.
Does it
You
have to be
just-
like a whole like pint of beer, or can it be like
yeah,
a shot,
yeah,
or like
yeah, whole pint
That's
of beer.
people do that. That's gross, dude.
But at the same
Yeah.
time,
And
it's
your
it's
shoes
a
all
free beer, you know.
I guess, you know, it does
Pretty
make
good.
sense. So like
Flip-flops.
it's gross. So that like if somebody does do it, then yeah, maybe they do deserve another
Maybe
second
they-
free
maybe
beer.
they
It's-
deserve-
I'm just
yeah.
saying, if someone does that, that's not someone I want in my establishment.
I mean, like I
I think they
said,
might
like
be a
a
little
like a
too drunk
bar
for my
or
Yeah.
like a bar or a tavern, like it's pretty
tavern.
like well known to do it there, and like I've seen it a few times, and then whenever I see it, I'm just like, that guy's. I have respect for that guy. Like that's key.
So we
But
want
you've never done it?
we want laws
like,
that
I've
are
done
gonna
it
better
once.
our country, and you want laws that are gonna just just-
No, dude, because then that's like
trying to think of the
that's
logistics
also
of a
like
shoe. Like your shoe's gonna be all.
yeah.
They should like provide a shoe for you, like a retired
Um,
shoe or like a brand new shoe.
you want to have some smart ass people who are gonna come in with their like knee-high boots and shit. They're gonna be like, I'm gonna get fucked up right now.
Yeah.
But what if you come with like flip flops?
Wait,
And-
hold on, Nathan. Actually, I have a question about this.
And you gotta
Did
just-
you mean that if they do a shoe thing first, they get a free beer after, or
They
they
probably
or the
like
one?
hold it and do like
or-
a shot.
The
The
shoey
one
they
that gets-
get is the free beer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
I feel
yeah.
like they deserve a lot more
Okay,
than just that.
Haley, can I
Yes.
want to answer your question. You said flip-flops, right? So
Yeah.
with thongs, what they would do is they would either get like the bottle of beer or like a can, and they would just like siphon it
Yeah.
into their mouth with the flip-flops. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Wow. Why did you already know that?
so cool, so cool.
But like
Is
it's
this
so
just
like
like an
imagine
Australian thing?
Yeah, but like, imagine like people all around the world, they find out about this law, right? Imagine like how high tourism would go because people are like, I want to go to a tavern right now in Australia and I want to have a shoey for free, whatever drink I want. Like,
Oh yeah, I want to spend $2,000 in flights just so I can go to a
no,
little
but like
Australian
imagine,
tavern.
imagine you
Actually,
were
I
like
kinda wanna
kind of
do
like
this.
imagine you were like planning on going to Australia anyway to like see
Yeah.
anything and then just
Like
being
Nathan?
like, you know, yeah. And then just being like, you know what? I can go down to a tavern and my first beer can be a shoey and that would just be like Australian. Like that would be so
Solely
Australian. And like that would just be
Getting
like a
solely-
great video to have to take home with you. That's just like tourism at its finest. And I think that like that would benefit our economy really well. But anywho.
How is that?
But-
This sounds like a school presentation, and that would benefit Australians and
Thank you for listening to my TED talk.
Jews for all.
I feel like that's such a specific demographic than you actually think.
I don't know. I don't know. Well,
I
I,
feel-
All the
suppose like
alcoholics would be
you
like,
can't-
"That's new."
That's
you
the,
can't
like,
really
age-
take your families in there and just be like, all right, sweetie, you go in the play center over there. Me and your father are gonna go have a shoey, all right?
No, you know what I would do?
mommy.
I would just carry around. I would carry around one clean shoe, and that'd be my beer shoe. And
Yeah,
I would
that'd
go
be- that's
out,
my beer
and I would
shoe.
do it, and I would come home and watch it.
Just
Okay,
imagine,
What
imagine
if they have-
going to like a club, right? And every person that walks,
Yeah.
like you're sitting there like having a cigarette, and every person that walks out, you just hear like a slosh in like their right shoe.
No, that's,
That's
why
what I
I
was
would just
thinking,
I
it's
would just
always
bring it. I'd
wet.
bring a little bag, and I would just have a clean shoe that I've never worn. I would just bring it out and be like, I want it.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
put it back in the
cheating.
bag.
What if the law was you have to use a shoe that you're wearing?
Yeah, exactly. I feel like you're cheating. Like you'd just be bringing an extra shoe just to have a free drink. Like
Oh,
that's
I
just,
would-
I don't know
oh,
how
well,
that feels.
You're
Okay,
still drinking out of a shoe.
In this pretend world where I need to drink that bad that I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna come up with a way that's less gross. Like I'm gonna fill the lining of it with some kind of plastic that they can't fucking see, you know?
Yeah, but we're trying to stop that kind of stuff, you know? Like you got a shoe, right? You use it and it's like you're going to use that until you have to throw it out. So why not just use it for like, you know, a beer, you know? Just
Why
go
not just
for
have
it.
a law that when we go out to restaurants, we have to take off our shoes and walk in our socks in the bathroom, you know? Why not just do that? So
I
you're
mean,
basically asking.
You
Well, no. I
can.
think what he's saying more is that like, hey, if you have old shoes, don't throw them away. Make them into a mug.
Yeah, it's like sustainable like materials right there.
Res-
that we
it's
can- We
recycling.
can use it. Yeah.
I
We
think
can
it's a
do
little
that.
good for the environment.
We can do that. Yeah. See, Justin, look, I got Danny on this. You know,
I genuinely
kind
like
of
this
need you to
idea.
be on board as well. You know, like you said, you wanted this debate,
gl-
and this
I'm-
is like
I'm
the
glad.
topic.
I'm glad you're okay with the idea, Danny, because next time you come over, you're gonna do this.
I am
You're
okay
gonna
with
do a
that.
shoey,
Well,
dude.
good
Do
thing
it.
It's gonna be like 2 or 3
Yeah.
years from now.
No, I am okay with that on the contingency that I'm most likely getting a hammered. I get to sleep in your bed and you get the floor.
Dude, that's like
Dude, Haley,
you're
okay,
asking
what-
for a lot, dude.
I know I'm asking for a lot, but he's
You're
asking
asking-
for a lot. What,
No,
okay,
I'm not. You want this. You just agreed with
Only in
Nathan.
Australia, he doesn't want to hear.
Yeah.
Dude, I do a shoey in both of my fucking shoes, mate. I'll
No,
get it
it's
done.
only one. The
I'll-
law's one. You're just
Yeah,
doing it
you
for
know,
no
but
reason
I'm
on the
just-
second one.
I'm just saying, if I'm going to California, I'm gonna show you guys how to do a shoey. I'll do it
No.
twice in both my shoes. I'll be
I-
coming out of your house with like sloshy shoes, and everyone will be like,
Sloshy
"What is up
shoes
with that
and
guy?"
quarters everywhere.
And quarters.
And then Nathan, we could do a cheers with our shoes.
yeah,
So
yeah.
funny.
I'm trying to think of, I'm trying to
Corners
think of a
of
law,
the
but I can't because I can't get over this conversation.
Yeah, and it's a solid one. That's why you can't get over it. I feel like it could work, you know. I don't know. I just think it will work. I think it's solid, man. I think like, you know, Australia is all about alcohol, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a big demographic over here that drink, and majority like beer. And I feel like it could just work.
I just
So,
can't believe this. It's important.
Hey,
It's that
Sharks.
important of a topic that they would make a
So
lot
I have
with
an
it.
idea for you.
I'm also studying marketing as well. So like, yeah, I just want to let you know that's my first thing I'm gonna do when I get there. Yeah, I'm gonna try and make that legal.
Can't think of a law that's not controversial.
It does. Then just make it a controversial one.
I'll come up with
Or is
something
it-
less controversial, but probably still. I want to ban fireplaces because I have asthma, so people need to just suffer during the winter.
Yeah, that's pretty selfish.
No,
I mean, like
think- I think
it
that's-
is in a sense that there would be other people that would have the same problem as you, so that maybe there might be like, I don't know, you could
Like
probably try and like
neighborhoods.
figure out like a middle point where like,
Okay, I have one. Okay,
yeah, I don't know.
I'm gonna force the government to have everyone install. The government will pay for it, which some people will probably love that idea.
money.
I was being sarcastic, like against the other side.
Okay, so what's the government installing?
Gas fireplaces,
I have one.
so it's not
Yeah,
wood
what's
burning. Like
Yeah,
yeah, like
I think that's fine.
I would have them install those because I have a neighbor that every winter I can't go outside after a certain time because it's just like horrendous.
Is it the one on the right or the one on the
No,
left?
it's right across from me.
Okay. Wow, and it affects you that bad, even though they're across the street.
Yeah, well, if I go outside, yeah, or
Yeah.
like, they'll still run it in the springtime. So if I leave my window open, like cracks, like at 6 o'clock in the morning, I just wake up coughing because it's somehow they decided to wake up in the morning and start their fireplace and just goes right into my room. The smoke.
You just need to go to
Damn.
bed wearing a gas mask,
Yeah, actually.
just
yeah.
like a filter mask or something, and
Yeah.
just
No,
go to
it's good
sleep
because
like
like
that.
you know we're trying to be better for the environment, and I feel like wood burning sucks anyway. So get rid of it.
But at that point, doesn't gas as well?
No, because gas is a clean burn.
Okay.
It's the particles in like wood, and like
I mean,
the-
really, do you think
carcinogens.
anybody would really object to it? Like, do you think people are that like into the wood burning culture just for the aesthetic?
yeah.
I think the government would probably decline because of debt and also just the money issue. It'd probably increase GDP. There'd be a lot of people that would like actually have jobs and stuff for it, which would be really good. But apart from that, it would
On the
seriously be a
Pacific
debt
North,
thing.
like the Pacific Coast area, there's a lot more of like incentives to do it though, especially like because we have so much smoke. So a lot
Yeah.
of places will like have government grants for like installing stuff like that,
Yeah.
like getting rid of your old one.
I was gonna say that
Sorry.
there would have to be incentives for it, or like a higher tax.
Yeah, so I'm saying
for
the
that.
government's gonna come in and they're gonna take it and they're gonna give it something new.
Well, Newsom
What's
wants
like-
to do like electric cars, so
Yeah, like Elon and stuff like that. Well, he's trying to push like carbon taxes and stuff.
But which is but see that's controversial.
Yeah,
It really,
yeah.
it
Sorry,
really is.
sorry. Yeah,
No, I'm not mad. I'm just saying like that is in general.
yeah.
So that's the only thing I think of.
I thought you had two.
I can't. The other one's a little bit more controversial.
No, actually, no. Like there was one you had said actually just before you actually got into the actual one.
The
You had
alien
said
one?
some. Nah, it was after
Oh.
that.
Oh no, that was a segment I wanted a recurring segment of debates.
No. Like you had actually mentioned something that like. Man, I'm
Did I?
drawing a blank now, but like I actually had something I was going to say to it, and now I hate this.
I think I brought up
Stumped.
something before this.
I thought you
Did
did.
was it like the stuff to debate?
No, he said a law.
No, I know. I think you had brought up like an example of one, and I thought it was actually a good thing to like talk about.
Oh, the debate.
It might have been about
This
the
is
debate.
the
It might
debate.
have been about the
This is
laws.
just a topic for the debate. I had two. I had are humans inherently selfish, and then the other one was should we try to contact aliens?
Mm.
You can talk. We can debate right now if we want.
Nathan,
So okay, wait.
Nathan.
So hold up. We need to figure out if we all agree or disagree. Because if we all are all on the same page, we can't really debate. We have to have divisiveness debate.
Okay,
Well-
which one do you want to do?
So let's
Selfish.
okay. If you think humans are inherently selfish, raise your hand.
Yeah.
I like
There
to.
you go. Okay.
Okay.
Do you think we should actively try to contact aliens? Raise your hand.
I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence. I don't know. That's kind of like a big one because I don't know. There's a lot of things to go into that.
Like what?
Yeah.
What?
Well, for example, why is it that like we're trying? Yeah, there have like been like all of these sightings and stuff to do with like UFOs and all that. Supposedly, like they can all be like fake or whatever. But I guess the kind of question is, if there is a life form outside of Earth, then how come they've been trying so hard to keep themselves secret from us?
How do we know they've been trying and when we didn't just miss them?
Or how do you
But
know?
like, why
how-
they like never actually like come down to Earth and be like, sup, I'm an alien kind of thing, because then people would be like, what the fuck, and like record it and stuff. But we haven't seen any of that. So it realistically comes down to, are there like any life forms outside of Earth? And if there is, how come they've been keeping themselves hidden for so long?
Well, there is, because we found microbes and stuff on other planets. So if you want to
Yeah.
get technical, alien, it is alien life, because
Yeah.
we consider that life. But I think space is huge.
Yeah.
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 And I
I
think
mean,
The
it's,
thing, yeah, Elon Musk even said he doesn't believe in aliens, and that dude's trying to get out of here.
What are you gonna
He's
say?
trying to colonize Mars, so it's anywho.
well, I think it's just like small-minded of us to be like, no, we're the only like intelligent life
Yeah.
form in the entire universe. And like, I think, I don't know, maybe they're just so far away, or maybe they are and they're like, I don't want any part of that. So
Mm.
you never know.
Or maybe they're at a similar
Like
Development period.
Yeah.
advantage.
and they can't either.
Yeah.
Or they're stuck in their solar system
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah, you never know.
I think it kind of for me it's more like I think the reason we haven't seen anything is Justin, you never actually got around to playing No Man's Sky, right?
No.
Okay, well I don't know if you remember when that game like first came out. There were like people try to find, like they would go to the exact same coordinates trying to find themselves like in the same solar systems and everything, and it's just like there are so many galaxies in that game that like it's genuinely really hard to end up in the exact same one. And yeah, like I mean that's really it. Like, well, what if I'm sure there probably is aliens, but they're, I don't know, like Alpha Centauri or Andromeda or any of those other galaxies that we just know the names of, but have no close way of getting there. Like maybe they're more advanced that they can actually like casually go to space a little more easier, but maybe light travel is just still out of their range.
Yeah.
But
They're
yeah,
just
I don't
putting
think they'd be hostile.
RL No Man's Sky.
So okay, so let's
Yeah.
go back to, should we actively try? Danny thinks we should try. Why do you think we should try to find aliens?
Because, well, we could learn from them, or we could also learn. Okay, I'm being genuinely serious. I think if we were able to find them, I would want to ask them about a lot of the mysterious history of our planet. Like, I genuinely want to know: did they do Stonehenge? Did they help with the pyramids? Did well, any other little thing that's like that has like some plot, or that has like a hole in its plot that we just can't figure out yet for whatever reason, for lack of some evidence that we just don't know what to find. I'd want to know if they actually had any hands in kind of help forming our society. And
That assumes that the aliens that did it, if there are aliens, are the same aliens that did that, and there's not multitude of aliens.
that is true. And I guess just to spice things up a little bit, maybe they're hostile, we all get fucked. Maybe.
That's my reason for it, is hostility, is because not just humans, because every life form we've observed, mostly on Earth, is hostile towards each other in some way.
So nature.
And also because I feel like Ender's Game is a perfect understanding of, the whole like Rama and Varoses
Yeah.
of like, there's two types. There's 4 types of life forms. I can't remember the first 2, but the last 2 are like, there's aliens that we can communicate with, and so that we can we can negotiate with on a level, and then there's aliens that we have absolutely no way to communicate with, and therefore, how do you come to understanding? And that can be dangerous.
Mhm.
And so it's like, what if we can't communicate? And because of barriers, I mean, humans have issues with barriers of language sometimes, which causes conflict because you don't understand each other. I don't mean necessarily language, but I mean even culture barriers
Tone.
and stuff like that.
Mm.
So it's like, to me, it's like, if we're gonna search for aliens, I would rather us wait till we're advanced enough to be able to deal with that shit. But we can't even get off our planet, so you're sitting ducks.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I see that. Still be kind of cool though, maybe. So yeah, that's why.
It's a gamble that I'm not willing to take.
I mean, the sucky thing is, it wouldn't really be in our perspective hands. Like, yeah, it's not a gamble you'd want to take, but also you wouldn't really have a choice of taking that gamble.
I feel like the people whose choice it is are the same kind of people that would want to do it because they're inquisitive and curious.
Yeah.
So the people that are smart enough to do it are going to be like, yeah, I mean, we've already sent out shit where it's like, hey, little ping,
Little
care package of us.
little time capsules, but like in space.
Here's how violent we are. Look at us.
Yeah, but by the time it gets to them, maybe we already resolved all that violence and we are peaceful beings. Maybe, I don't know. What if they're just getting footage of World War II and that was like 70 years ago, and
Oh yeah,
Here
because time.
we
Like,
are.
what if they're that far away that they're interpreting? Yeah, they're looking through a lens, and that's what they're seeing as well, though,
yeah,
because of how light works.
Yeah.
So they could be watching a recording of, well, like a telescope of World War II right now.
it could be, or yeah. Well, I mean, unless they had something that could help them see us in something closer to real time.
That's
That'd
true.
be kind of cool too.
Do you understand how that works? Do you understand how light works like that?
Mhm.
Okay. Do you understand too, Nathan?
I think so now.
How well, it's like if you were to go so far away and you had a telescope and you looked at Earth right now from that far away, you'd be looking into the past because the light from that time would take that long to reach from Earth to where they are.
Yeah,
So
I think they've. Oh, go ahead.
So you'd be seeing a picture of the past.
Yeah, I like for example, I think they've said hypothetically, like if the sun were to explode, we wouldn't really be seeing it until 7 minutes later,
Yeah.
after it already happened. So
Because what we were seeing is not the sun. We're seeing the sun 7 minutes in the past constantly.
Yeah,
Well,
it is 7 minutes, right? Or am I getting that wrong?
Yeah, it's like 7, 8, right around there. Yeah.
Mm.
I love this stuff. I took astronomy, and this is all talked about, and the stuff was so interesting.
When did you say? Oh, college, right?
And when we got into dark matter, that stuff was like, whew,
Dark matter's a mind fuck.
about how like all perceived notions of the universe is probably only like 2% of what we're actually seeing.
Hmm.
So it's like, it's crazy.
whoa.
It's interesting.
Mhm.
I could do a whole thing on astronomy, but yeah, I love that so much. It was interesting.
Yeah.
Or like a cool astronomy thing is like, like they have like clocks on Earth and then on the space station, and after so much time, they actually don't sync up anymore. Like it's so minuscule, but it's still like they account for mechanical error, and it's like it's just over
Yeah, like-
time. I think it's slower on the space station than on Earth, which shows the effects of gravity on time.
Mm.
Stuff like that. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
I know that like gravity can affect like the flow time and like kind of slow it down or speed it up depending on like how like how strong the gravity is, but I honestly still kind of mind fucks me that like that there is that relationship. It's just so weird to think about sometimes. Like there are two things that you go ahead.
I would say my favorite like mindfuck moment was when we were talking about dark matter. And so we like to imagine the whole universe on a plane, but it's not really, it's like this and all over the place. But if
Like
you
a
were to
sponge.
imagine the Milky Way galaxy like this, right, on a flat plane, with this being like the center, and like we're kind of like out here on the edge. But so it's constantly spinning like this, right? And so if there's a point in the middle, and this is the end point, right? And we're going in a circle, this point right here should be going faster around than the point here. That makes sense? it's like if there's like a stake in the middle of the ground, right, and there's a complete circle around it, whoever's closest to the stake running around should be going a lot faster than whoever's on the outside. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well,
That makes sense too. It's like on a track. Like if you're on like like a running track, whoever's in the middle, I mean the center line, is going to be going around faster than whoever's on the outside line. You know, that makes sense.
but they also have less distance to travel.
Yeah, so you're going fast. Like that's what I mean. Like you go around faster. Not your speed is faster, but it takes you less time to go around the track than someone who's on the outside lane of a track.
You know, it's weird thing about that too, because like at least like, well, the way I'm picturing it, like on on the astronomical level, I imagine that it's still rotating at relatively the same speed. So even though that like this inner one's going faster than this like outer one,
That is that is the theory of dark matter, because if you're on a track, right, the person, if you're running the exact, say you're both running 10 miles per hour, the person on the inside lane should complete a revolution faster than whoever's in the outside lane. But that's not how the galaxy works. On the galaxy, it's all moving the same speed. So they think the galaxy is like a disk. It's not independent. It's actually a disk, because how else could whatever's in the center be going the same speed of what's on the outside, but they take the same amount of time to go around?
It's cool.
I like how like this is what you guys
It's
are
so
like.
no, it is so
and then
interesting.
there's me where it's like cows. Like
It's like a profound understanding of the universe, like what that means. It means that there's so much little like dark matter. You can't observe dark matter. We can only observe its effects on the universe. So it shows that there's like, yeah. So it shows that there's an understanding that we don't understand, that's there, that we can't see or perceive, but it's there and it has an effect on everything. And it's insane, because like the more you know, the more you realize you don't know.
Yeah.
Do you have any astronomical things, Nathan?
No,
No, I'm good.
no,
I'm all good here.
not really.
Do you have any fascinations with space or anything?
Or it doesn't have to be space.
If
Have
you-
any fascinations?
Would you go into space if you could?
I don't know.
Nathan, would you? Oh, go ahead.
The kind of whole thing with Mars at the moment. What is it? It's like we would be able to get people there to colonize, but they probably wouldn't make it back in their lifetime. And like, I guess that's kind of like a hard thing to drop pretty much the civilization that we've built from scratch here through so many years of evolution to go to like a completely different place and like just live a completely different life kind of thing. Like it's going to be so different. And then like imagine all the people that you love and stuff, you won't be you would be able to see them probably like over internet or something. You could probably like go on webcam with them and be like, hey, sup, how you doing? But like I guess you're not really getting like that physical like emotion thing where like you can hug them or you can like high five them, or like I don't know, I feel like that would be really difficult for me. But yeah,
It's
it's kind of
like a vacation. If you could just go to space on a vacation for like a week.
For a week. Yeah, I'd do it.
Because I've seen stuff about like they're trying to build space stations that they'll be done by like 2045, where you can take a vacation in space.
Or like SpaceX kind of stuff.
Yeah,
or...
like a space station that you can just go visit for like a week for like really rich people.
Yeah.
Like that kind of stuff.
I'm kind of no, because I saw a pod the other day with Elon on Joe Rogan. He was saying how like in 2 years they're actually going to be able to like get to Mars, like, and start like getting people there. Like that's crazy. But anyway, yeah. I'd definitely take a vacation to space for like a week. That'd be pretty neat. That'd be pretty cool.
I would
like
do
that.
it.
Hey,
I would
but hold on.
not.
Hey, I have a question on this. The whole, taking a vacation in space for a week. Does the week count once you get there? Because I mean, just getting there is going to take longer than the week. So.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just overall, would you go to space for a vacation? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about the week. I was just trying to give you an arbitrary thing.
Yeah.
Would you not go, Danny? If getting there was part of the week, would you be like, nah, not worth it?
Well,
Work
you know,
won't let me
it-
off 6
it's-
months, dude.
it's just it's relativity. It's just like, okay, imagine going to like LA or San Diego like for just for a concert. The concert itself is going to last less time than the actual trip there and back, and it just like it kind of like it bleeds into the like is it really worth it, because you're also spending a lot of money just doing this. Like
Yeah,
are you
but-
getting as much out of it as you're putting into it? Because I'm putting in my money, I'm putting in my time, which I mean I hate to waste my time. So I mean just
Yeah.
all that traveling just to get there for less time than I actually spent getting there. I'm just gonna be thinking like, oh man, I spent more time on the trip over here asking, are we there yet? And then we
Yeah.
get there and I'm just like, oh okay, well
I feel like the
Shit.
trip from Earth to a space station orbiting Earth is faster than us to LA.
wait, we're this space. Oh,
It's
see, I thought
orbiting.
the
They
space-
want to create like an orbiting space station around the Earth.
Oh, okay, so kind of like Disneyland in space.
Yeah, like it's just like you can go there and it's for people that are super rich.
Oh, okay, all right.
It's in hotel space.
I guess I would do that. Yeah. I guess not. Why not? Like as long as they allow us to like get in spacesuits and like go like wandering outside, but obviously tethered to the station. But
That is so dangerous.
Yeah, that's pretty
Well,
dangerous.
I mean, because at that point, what? Why am I gonna go to space just to do the same stuff I'm doing here, just sitting in my room playing video games? No, I want to do something I can only do in space.
No, I was gonna say die, but you can do that here.
But yeah, see, or
Yeah.
maybe if they were like relatively low. I don't know if you guys remember seeing this video a few years ago of that guy who jumped off like the near highest point in space. He was being sponsored by Red Bull,
Yeah.
and yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I think I've seen it. Yeah.
that was pretty cool to watch, and just I don't know, like I'd want to do something like that if I was already up there. It terrifies me.
So
but
you want
I-
to be like, I want to go up and then I want to re-enter on my own. Here's
Just
like,
like that.
I want to just dive. You want to like Halo Master Chief it.
Yeah, I want to give the Covenant back their bomb. That's what I want to do. When in Rome,
I feel like a space trip. I feel like a part of like the. I don't think that like that. I don't know. To me, I feel like that whole like transit to get to that like space station. I feel like that's a part of the journey. Like that would be really fucking interesting to view with your own eyes and feel. Like I don't know. Sounds really
no,
dumb,
I agree.
but-
I agree.
yeah, like if you're planning on doing such a big trip like that, I feel like that's really like, hey, I just went to a fucking space station, man. It was sick. Like people are just gonna be like, oh, how does it feel like how did you go when like you got out of the atmosphere and like all this and that kind of thing. And I suppose like that's gonna be like the part of the topic, well, the social aspect of like the conversation that you're going to have, and then like the hotel that you're just going to go stay at, I just feel like will probably be like 30% of the conversation because people will be like, oh, how was it cool, like what did you do, like how did you get up there, did you feel sick, or like anywho.
I'd be too scared.
Yeah, actually, no, Nathan does bring up a good point, because like most of the time I hate the car ride getting somewhere, but yeah, I think for like space it would be kind of cool to just like see yourself, or like see as you're getting like past each like layer of the atmosphere, and
Yeah.
like also feel the gravity getting less harsh on your body, like you're slowly feeling lighter. I think that would be kind of something to experience for the first time.
Yeah.
Fear.
I feel
You're gonna
really
experience
shit.
fear for the first time.
Yeah.
But it's like it's kind of similar to like a
Exist-
plane ride, like
Yeah,
It's-
a plane
it's-
ride that just goes like, "Hey guys, we're going now."
yeah, I know, but
What
it
would
was
you
like
do
the
if you're on a
first
plane
time.
and they're like, "We're taking this straight up," and you just lean your
But
seat
it-
backs, guys. You're just going
It's
straight.
like the same kind of aspect though, where like I don't know, imagine like, do you remember the first time you were on a plane? Like
Nope.
that shit's scary as.
I do not.
It's fun.
I didn't think it was that. I've only been on a plane once, but I don't remember thinking it was that bad. It was weird, but not scary.
But it's like taking off and then just like actually landing are like the two worst parts, because like you can feel everything. Like you're just like starting to accelerate. You're like, oh yeah, sick. And then you just kind of like feel yourself starting to hover. And you're like, oh fuck. Yep. But we're
Just
in the
add
air
a couple.
now.
Just
And
add
then-
a couple G's. And
Yeah.
you know.
No, I know, but it's kind of like the same thing in a sense where like if it's been tested and like people have already like done it, that should be okay. Like there are like times where there'll be planes and stuff that crash every now and then. Well, not every now and then, it's quite rare, but I'd imagine the more time they like test doing these like, trips to space, the safer it's going to get and the easier it's going to be for people and like their bodies and stuff.
Oh
'Cause
no,
they'll be-
sure. I'm just not
they'll
going to be
be
the first
adding-
one to do it. I'm going to be
Yeah,
The
but
second.
way down the line.
but yeah, I just the topic was like, would you go to space for a week? So like I just assumed that
I
like,
would.
it
if
was
enough
just
time
like
has passed.
I just felt like it would just be like a regular thing, like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna go take a trip to Japan, like I'm gonna go fly to Japan.
I wouldn't be.
Yeah.
It's like I wouldn't be the first one to Jurassic Park. I would go.
Oh yeah,
I would go later on when
fuck
we've
that.
established.
Yeah. If we're talking about a space trip where you're like the second ship to go up or like the first ship to go up, yeah, fuck that. No. So other people can be dummies for that. I'm good.
I mean, I wouldn't even be able to afford it by then. I mean, I don't think any of us would be able to afford it until like the 300th, like right up there
Yeah.
at the earliest. So I think it'd be proven by then.
How do you feel
Yeah.
about it?
I wouldn't go.
Ever?
Yep.
Even once it's like established.
No, I don't like
Space,
vast
nothingness.
same-
Nothingness. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Nothingness.
like the desert kind of freaks me out, or like the ocean, or like
Japan. They're all the same.
yeah. So I don't think I would go.
The desert freaks you out?
Just like
Like being stranded in the desert?
yeah, like being stranded where it's like it's the same for like
But what if they give you a cell phone to take with you?
to space.
No, yeah, sure. So if you got stuck, you can call someone.
No, I just
What if there's
I
no
really-
reception?
If they could
There'd
like,
be a
if they
reception.
could like foolproof give you like, if this happens, we're gonna do this, and like they guaranteed.
No.
I feel like
Who's that talking about?
That was my,
Home Depot?
that was, that, no, no. It was my mom talking in Spanish.
Tipo.
I thought
I
heard
feel
Home
like
Depot.
No, it's
I don't
because our,
know.
our compressor turned on right now, and she was telling my dad it's still on.
desert and water are kind of different things there. Like, yeah,
The
Yeah.
I
desert
don't
is
know.
like you know you're gonna die. I guess they're both. If you're both stranded in the middle of both of them, it's like I'm gonna
it's
die
like-
slowly.
It's like the sea,
Yeah.
like let's say the sea, for example. The sea is like both ways. Like you have no idea what's going on.
I'm
Like
digging
you
the
don't.
desert. Just go down.
Well, no, because you only really need to just deal with like, okay, you're just gonna try and just like walk straight. Like obviously you're not gonna swim down because you know that like it's the sea. You're just gonna fucking drown. But like
But-
the mystery of like knowing what's below you, I feel like would freak you out more than just like walking in the desert. Like I feel like I would be. If I had a choice between the two, I would
Oh,
be
yeah,
more
you're
relieved
scared,
to
I
take the
forgot.
desert. Yeah,
I
Okay,
forgot.
but
you-
what-
easily.
I forgot Nathan's scared of the ocean.
Okay, Nathan, now here, let me just kind of throw a hypothetical out there for you. So you'd rather go to the desert, because you can just walk in a straight line. But what
Yeah.
if you're not really walking in a straight line? What if you just think you are? But one, you're tired. Two, you have no sense of direction because there's nothing out there. So what if you think you're walking in a straight line, but you're actually slowly walking like this?
You
And
follow,
eventually,
you follow the sun.
would Nathan have thought about that?
I have
You don't
because
know
I've been
that.
scared of that situation happening. So
I've
learned
seen
how to-
I've seen movies, Denny. Nah, I didn't think about that. But no, but in a sense, it's like, okay, well, you can get fatigued and you can like fall down and like you can kind of just like rest a little bit. Like I know that like it's still kind of fucked up, but
Mm.
like with water, if you swim, like you're gonna get fatigued and then you're just gonna drown.
that,
And I feel
like-
like drowning's
When the
worse.
shark comes
Sorry,
up.
float. Ah!
I can't float.
It's called Dead Man Float.
I can't
Yeah, I can
float.
do it. I can do the like dead man flow, but I can't make myself like stay stationary like in one spot. I can't do that.
I can't float at all. I've tried so
What
much.
scares you less, the desert or the ocean? Okay, rank desert, ocean, and space from least to most. Bottom is
Least
most.
to most.
Yeah, least scary at top, most bottom.
Desert, ocean, space.
I would say desert, space, ocean.
Yeah, I'd probably do that too.
Yeah. Yeah, I
that
think
one
so.
sounds a little bit better.
Nathan, I know Nathan's scared of the ocean because when we played Sea of Thieves, we purposely destroyed the ship so it would go down. And he was in the boat. He's like, what's happening? We're just
You know what sucks is when like the game
Aw.
glitches and you're still on the ship and you're like like you can't swim up, like your guy's drowning, and I have to like alt tab, take my headset off, and just walk away until he respawns because I just can't do it.
That was a fun
Hey,
game.
he does that to me. That's fucked up. Like, hey, you scared of the ocean? Lol, and then blows up the ship. Hey, you scared of heights? Lol, and puts you on like the top of a skyscraper or something. Like, check this shit out, dude.
Hey, I didn't do that. Ben did that. I didn't do that.
Yeah, it's easy to blame someone else.
No, it is. It really is
Oh,
because they did it.
I don't know about carrots.
I didn't stop him, but I didn't do it.
Yeah, there you go. See, it's just as bad. It's just as bad.
No,
Things I
Yeah.
remember you being more of a troll, Justin. Like Ben is just dumb, but like you would be more of an active troll.
nah, we had different trolls.
Maybe Nathan was. I don't think Nathan.
When I
trolled
trolled
back.
you didn't hate me afterwards though. You might
That we
like
know
you
of.
might have been like annoyed, but you didn't hate me after I trolled.
I feel like Denny would just be lenient with you though, and just be like, "Yeah, you know, it is what it is." Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe it's very passive.
Mm.
Got any more conversation topics? Let's hear all about you.
Yeah, Haley,
No.
tell us about yourself.
Describe yourself.
No.
What is?
I think that'd be great. Yeah, we should all go around describing ourselves. So Danny, you first. 3
Mm.
seconds.
No,
That,
I don't like
no.
going first in anything. I don't like going first in anything. I like being second or third. I don't like being last or first.
Why?
But no. Okay, Nathan, you first. Introduce yourself.
Youngest to oldest.
This late in the podcast.
Well, I live in Australia, and my name's
Okay, sweet. What about you, Tim? Describe yourself.
Let him finish.
No, we got everything we need to know from that sentence.
He's the token Australian.
Yeah, g'day.
He looks more American than any of us with that mustache.
Yeah, actually, kind of does. You look very very Florida.
We know who you voted for. I'm just saying.
Whoa, Bernie Sanders. No, I don't know what else to tell you guys. I don't know.
No, Justin's right. I think that was it. I think
Yeah,
that was really all we needed to know.
I see kangaroos almost every day,
He does.
On your way to
um,
work,
everywhere.
do you get a kangaroo that delivers your mail?
No, but that would be pretty cool.
If
They're
only
they're
real
actually
life could be
considered
like
a pest.
Pokemon. That'd be awesome.
They're actually considered a pest. Like, they run on
They
the
flip
road and
cars.
stuff, and yeah, they do. Like, you can get some big kangaroos that can destroy cars and make them write-offs and stuff. It's pretty bad.
I saw
Um,
like a sign from like someone in like on Australia that had like beware of like cars like tipping or kangaroos tipping cars or
Yep.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Oh,
think
you don't you guys
koalas,
get the
they like
summers
to eat-
that start like bushfires too, or does that not happen anymore?
it's just people that like to light
Sure.
fires in summer. It's pretty cool.
Oh, I thought it was
yeah.
a thing that like just happened naturally.
Sorry.
Well, there's a lot
see
of
that.
conspiracies around it too, but I won't get into that.
Mhm.
Okay.
Let's just say Australia is expanding really quickly, and we need a lot of more development for residential.
You guys
So-
making land? Wait, how is it expanding? Just go in.
What?
Just go
Well,
in.
everything's better coastal. So like everyone's just trying to get a property coastal right now. Like, I don't know about you guys, but just pricing for housing at the moment is just ridiculous over here.
You just gotta take one and go to the middle. I guarantee you, there's a lot of property there for cheap.
Yeah, but then you're missing out on job, you're missing out on lifestyle, you're missing out on a lot of things. Like I won't be able to get a graphic design job out rural.
Sure, you can.
No.
You gotta go freelance.
Yeah, I go freelance, and like my my house has like 1 megabyte a second internet, and then if I don't know someone like walks over a specific line, I'm like cut for.
Hey, Elon, like you keep bringing him up. He's doing that satellite
Yeah,
internet.
yeah, I know, but he was also saying it's good for rural places and good for places that don't have internet, but it's bad for places that have a lot of people connected to it.
So there you go. Go to the middle.
Yeah, but he keeps saying it's going to be like low cost and stuff too, but we'll see how that goes. If it happens, sure, I guess.
It'll be
Yeah.
a while anyways.
Oh, he said it wouldn't take too long. Yeah,
Elon
most
is
of his
like
production
Tom
time,
Segura.
yeah, he is like a goddess, dude.
Why are you
I
laughing?
never
Ben?
knew this. I never like knew this about Nathan until today. But like it actually became very apparent the second time you mentioned Elon Musk, which was like 4 minutes after the first time.
What's that?
I do the same thing to her all the time. She rolls her eyes because there's a comedian I like called Tom Segura, and I watch like
I
all
like
of his.
him.
Huh?
I never really cared for him.
That's okay. Anyways, I watched his podcast a lot because he does a lot of those things. Him and there's a guy named Bert Kreischer.
Mhm.
So I'm always like, oh my god, Tom Segura did this, and she's always like, oh my god.
I mean, I like him. It's just I didn't know he became part of our relationship.
He's not part of a relationship. He's part of my relationship,
Oh, okay.
and I just
You,
tell you about it.
Yeah.
this conversation about Tom Segura, it brought me back to when we were talking earlier about like what we like take like bad habits we take from our parents. And I actually don't like Tom Segura just because a coworker recommended him to me, and just out of spite, I purposely not like avoided all things about Tom Segura to the point where I just associate that name with like something I don't like, even though my coworker was like, "Hey man, I think you would really like this comedian. You should check him out." And I'd be like, "Nah, I'm good."
Danny, you would like him. You should check him out.
See, and like this makes me want to like even not do it even more. Actually, and I have this thing with like a lot of things that I'm just very spiteful about for no reason. Like I don't like being shown YouTube videos. I can't do it. And this goes back to college, and like the video you sent me on Instagram a few days ago, I never even looked at it. I just ignored it. I couldn't do it. I don't like being shown videos.
I don't think you like being told what to do.
No, I'm usually okay with it.
You know what
Hey,
it
Danny,
sounds like.
don't
Danny
watch
needs
this
to do?
video.
No, no,
Well, what is it?
no.
I think Danny needs to go to therapy.
Oh, maybe I do. Maybe I do.
Now he's never gonna go.
Well, no, I'm open to it. I just don't like, right now because of blah 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 blah. I wouldn't want to do like a webcam like therapy session. I'd want to do in person, but right now that's not very viable. So
And it's also the fact that you just told him to go to therapy, so he doesn't want to do it now.
no, this is
As you
definitely
just
something
said.
that
Just joking.
I don't think I'm like spiteful with Haley. I don't think I can be. I feel like I feel too bad about
Loophole.
it.
No, now my in is out. No, I'm like that with my mom sometimes. She'll be like, "Oh, Haley, I really want you to watch this show." And I'm like, "You know what? No." And then just like never let it go. Just be like, she'll be like, "Oh, it's so good. It won all these awards." Be like, "That's too bad." Like,
Hey, just out of curiosity, what show?
I don't know. I forgot. But I remember one time, yeah, I don't even know. She like had this book, and it was all about like the Dust Bowl and things like that. And my grandfather actually like came from like that, because that's how his family came over to California during the Dust Bowl. And so she's like, "Oh, you should read it. Like, I think you find it really interesting." And then for some reason, something clicked in my brain. Is like, no, I will not read that book. And she was like, "I just don't understand, Haley. Why do you not?" I'm like, I don't know. There's just something.
I have the answer for all of y'all. Is that we tend to not do things to people we resent, and Danny just resents us all.
I think he does.
I think I might.
So with that coworker, did you not like him, or was it?
Nope, that's it. There's nope.
No, okay. So the thing is, okay, so he was like cool, but the thing is, he thought we were cooler than we actually were, and I don't do too good with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess maybe that's it. But Because I mean, like other people, like actually, I think Justin's right because like other people will like recommend things to me, and I'll actually look them up and like willingly try to enjoy them and see if I actually enjoy them or not. Like I have like a different friend who I get along with pretty well, and like he's usually like my music person. So like whenever I'm looking for new music to venture out to, I'll like hit him up.
Music person.
No, actually, well, the thing is, me and Justin have mostly had like the same like musical interests, at least since I've known him. I mean, I think if anything, maybe I did discover a few bands with him like in high school, but like since then, I think we kind of like found the same bands anyways.
See my life. I try to recommend anime to you. You don't watch it because you don't like a lot of anime. Try to do it to Danny, but he won't because he resents me.
Oh,
Try to
actually, no,
recommend it to Nathan, and he won't do it because he just either forgot or he's waiting for someone else to recommend the same thing to him 2 months later.
actually, you want to know what's something funny about this? You gave me that list last year,
Yeah.
and I genuinely meant to get into it. And what I ended up doing was getting into animes that weren't on the list.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Sometimes I
'Cause-
just forget.
But the anime I gave you, you liked Berserk, right?
Oh, actually, yeah, Berserk was pretty good, but yeah, so far that's the only one that from the list that I've actually looked up.
That's
'Cause-
I put an asterisk next to it, so I think I probably did. Meaning
Yeah.
like, you would really like these. Nathan liked Berserk. It messed him up at the end. He wasn't prepared for that ending of the third movie.
Yeah, that ending was pretty.
He
It
wasn't.
was
He
a
wasn't
little
prepared
weird.
for that. He liked it, and he watched it, and he's like, "I was gonna watch this with my dad, and now I don't know if I can recommend it to my dad anymore."
Yeah, I bought all the videos for it, the CGI ones that we watched.
Mm.
Yeah, that's all right.
Man, after
I don't know. I feel like I'm in my own little journey with anime. I just kind of flick a little roulette spinner thing on an anime that's on Anime Lab that I can watch, and I just kind of go from there. I legit just watched Hunter because I was like because we watched a little bit, and I was like, you know what? I kind of want to know what goes on with that little kid, and then so I just started watching it. Like, I don't know. It's
happy you
the
did,
the
but,
one
like,
time
one
we
of those.
watched it was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Like when you tried to get me into it, and like I'm kind of glad that I started watching it now because it's not even like finished. Like there's another season coming out next year or something, and it's like, bruh,
Is not.
That's
the sad thing. Is not.
there
It's
is.
gonna be a while.
It's gonna be next year, dude. I read it up. I had a look.
But she started watching Attack on Titan, so
Hey, my little sister's watching that right now.
Cool.
Attack on Titan was pretty cool. I only watched like the first season, and like I enjoyed it for the most part, but I just never kept up with it afterwards.
it gets way better. It gets really.
Did the main character get better?
Aaron?
Yeah.
Look, it's not that Aaron gets better, it's that everyone around Aaron gets more interesting, so you're able to forget about Aaron.
Okay.
What
Does she not like Aaron?
what episode are you up to, Haley?
Did you watch more afterwards?
No.
No, she only watched till they just graduated from the academy.
They graduated?
Okay.
Or like
I thought
they're
they
about to
I thought
graduate.
it was like episode 2.
That's
Dude,
three.
why'd you just spoil that, dude?
It's not that it's end of episode 3. He had his little thing where like, oh, my gear doesn't work. And like, oh, it really
I didn't know that
work.
was him graduating.
You kind of spoiled this for me, for Haley, and for anybody who might watch this. Who hasn't watched
You
Attack on
watched the
Titan
whole
yet.
first season. He graduates like the next episode. They graduate from the academy.
That was pretty fast.
And then they go out.
Uh,
Hey, don't,
I don't-
Justin.
I don't
It's
remember
not
this.
spoiler.
And
I
they
just
go and,
wanted
like,
I just
attack
wanted
the
to know.
Titans?
Okay,
You're on like the last season right now, Nathan.
I've been up to date with it, man.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you're spoiling it for me. I'm just saying there might be people that, might want to watch it.
I'm sorry, there's 0 people watching this.
right now.
Ow.
But tomorrow it can be 1.
One kudos.
Nah, but you're kind of interested in it, so
Yeah, no, it's just Aaron is.
that's
I don't
a
like-
pretty reoccurring theme in anime where the main character really isn't that enjoyable.
Well, I like
Yeah.
Ed?
You'll find other characters.
Oh,
to
Ed,
favorite.
yeah, Ed is, yeah.
I liked Ed.
Trying
You
to think
kind
of
of
like
you kind of got to go away from shonen if you want to actually like the main character, which I guess Attack on Titan isn't really shonen, but it has
Mhm.
shonen kind of vibes for the main character.
Then what was Full Metal?
Full Metal is, it's not really that shonen. Shonen is
Because
like
they've
it-
kind of already got the skills and stuff. Like they're not really. I don't know. Yeah, I just feel like they kind of have like that aspect there of strength. Like they're not. I feel like the whole purpose of like a shonen is that they're progressing their strength and like
They're
obviously
building
their
it.
character development to the point where they're just overpowering their enemy. Where like with Full Metal and stuff like that, they're already strong. Like yeah, I don't know.
if you can put up with Aaron, all the other characters are actually like really good characters, and they have yet to introduce some actually really good characters like Levi and stuff like that. That they're just it's a lot better.
Mhm.
And it really like it has a lot of like just like I didn't see that coming, like just of what happens. Like to a degree I can't even comprehend, I can't even let you understand like how much you're like I didn't understand this was gonna happen type of stuff. But it's good. But now I'm having to rewatch it because she watched like 3 episodes and I'm like, well now I'm reinterested and I gotta rewatch all of it before I can watch the last season again.
I do that a lot.
So watch Attack on Titan, Danny.
Nah,
Season 4 is airing and it's about to finish.
Wait, let me try.
I know.
Danny, can you watch Attack on Titan?
No, the thing is, Attack on Titan goes
So
way
close.
back. So I started watching it. Now I feel like it's too late for me to get into it. Kind of
It's
like
not because she's starting right now.
like it's the like
Let's
it's the
take
same
this
thing
journey
with Breaking
together,
Bad for
Danny.
me. But like no, you already started, Hayden. You can't do this together if you already started.
No, I'll wait.
You, I never even watched Breaking Bad for the same reason. I like everyone started recommending it after the show finished, and I don't know. I can't do it.
That actually brings up a great discussion if you're done talking about Breaking Bad. That I want to talk about.
Okay, go ahead.
So
Jeez.
it's how we watch movie like TV shows now is that we binge, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I got to the point where binging for me is actually exhausting, and I've changed up my strategy. If I'm gonna binge like a show that's already done, I will only watch a show. Like I'll watch a season, I'll binge a season, but then I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna wait till next month to watch the next season, and I do like that. It actually makes me enjoy shows a lot better because I'll watch multiple shows in a month, but I'll only watch one season. So I still get that feeling of like, oh my god, what's gonna happen next, and like it builds up anticipation.
See, I don't think I binge anymore. I can't remember the last time I binged the show, but I do this thing where I'm constantly watching like 3 or 4 different shows at like, but I apply them differently. Like I watch them all in different circumstances. Like I have like I've seen Futurama plenty of times, but like I watch it whenever I want to watch something that it's short, concise, it's not that long, and it's kind of just works as background noise that I can just kind of casually enjoy. And then I have like a show that I'm like actually like intently watching, that I'm watching for the first time, and I usually watch that like maybe like an episode before I go to bed or something, just like one. Like I just finished Lovecraft Country, and that it took me like 2 weeks to watch it, even though it was only like 10 episodes. But then I also have like a show that I watch when I'm doing cardio, and then like I try to do that one a little kind of like a longer episode, just so that I'm like walking longer, like running longer. So I'm watching Fear the Walking Dead for that. And so yeah, like I'm watching all these shows, and like they're all it's pretty much like one episode a day, and that way I don't really forget anything that happened, but I'm also not necessarily binging it and getting burnt out on it.
Okay, yeah. So there's still some type of like moderation you're having.
Yeah. Nathan?
What's the last show you binged, Nathan? Or are you still watching Hunter?
I'm still watching Hunter because I have to kind of try and even it out with real life stuff. It's hard for me to binge stuff because when I get back from work, I can only really watch like an ep or 2 eps before I like feel like I need to pass out to go to sleep to wake up again. It sounds so morbid, I'm so sorry, but yeah, no, there's a lot of stuff going on at the moment, but when I do have the time, yeah, I like binging stuff for sure. But the last time I binged was do you remember an anime called, I'm trying to
Yu Yu
remember
Hakusho.
No, do you remember that calligraphy anime, Justin?
Mm-hmm.
Barakamon?
Mhm.
Yep. that was only a 12 ep, but I fairly certain I smashed that out. Just
That was like
all in.
3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. Well, maybe it was Full Metal Alchemist because I smashed that. I just went
Okay.
because that's good. That's oh man, that's good anime. That or I'm trying to think. Nizukoi was one that I binged.
These are a long time ago.
Yeah.
These are like 5
Years
years.
ago. Wow, so it's been a
Well,
while
I've been
since you binged.
binging. There was one really good show that I watched, and it's not anime. I can't remember what it's called, but it's on Netflix. It's got like a really nice art style. It reminds me of Adventure Time a little bit. I'm just trying to like look it up right now because I don't actually know for the life of me what it's called. It's like something to do with like Hilda. It was like the main character. Yeah, I'm not too sure. Yeah, but it was really good, and it's still going at the moment. But I binged the first season. It's actually just called Hilda. Yeah, it's really good. But yeah,
And then you're an active binger.
Yeah.
So how do you only watch? Do you watch one at a time usually?
What do you mean? Like one show at
yeah,
a time?
how do you take on watching TV shows?
I go by platform. So like on Netflix, I'm doing Quora, and then on Hulu, I'm doing Shark Tank. So that way, if like my mom and everybody's on Netflix, then I can go to Shark Tank.
Oh, so you binge all the way through until you're done. That's what you do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, do you like when you finish one? Do you rotate platforms when you finish one, or is it just whatever show you want to watch next?
I think it's whatever show I want to watch next.
Mhm.
And have you like ever gotten to the point where like there's like two shows going on at the same time that you want to watch, but like
And
what have you?
it depends on like what scenario I'm in. So if like I'm eating, then I usually watch like a shorter show. Like if I'm sit down to eat lunch or something like that. Or if it's like, okay, like you came home from school, you can watch this show that maybe like 40 minutes and then you can go like do homework or whatever. So it just depends on the scenario.
This is more specifically for you, but do you interchange binging video games and TV shows, Danny?
Oh, well, like I said, I haven't really been binge watching TV shows for a while, but yeah, I did actually go through a phase where it was actually kind of tough doing that because you know, like now I'm like at the point where I just like want to like completely finish a game, like do everything in it. Like I'm still playing Batman. I just finished all the Riddler 10 just challenges like an hour before we started this. Yeah,
I could not do that.
It was exhausting. I'm mentally fried from doing that. But yeah, because I'll get to a point where if it's like a Netflix style show that, you know, like they drop everything all at once, and then there's also like a game I'm playing at the time, I do kind of go through a phase where I'm like, I don't know how to prioritize myself more because like I feel like I'm getting more accomplished from a game, but I get like a better there's more resonance that can come from a TV show where you just kind of like relate to it a little bit better, and I don't know, like, you feel kind of cathartic from like finishing a TV show that you like, and after just like binge watching a whole season versus like binging a video game. But yeah, now I'm definitely at the point. Bless you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it sucks when I don't know how to binge in. Usually it just ends up being like circumstantial, like, oh hey, you know, like I got home at late this day and I didn't really I just wasn't feeling like playing video games, so I just ended up binge watching like 3 or 4 episodes of the show. It's circumstantial, but I guess more than anything I probably binge video games more now.
So before we go into the music, I have one last question: is how often do you start a TV show or even game for y'all and you actually just quit? Or do you just feel like I finished the TV show or game?
Like this is kind of pinpointed at someone.
No.
I can't put my finger on it, but
I don't
I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about that. No, I was just thinking because like for myself, I was like, I can't remember the last time I've started a game or show and I've been like, nah, and just quit. Like I usually just finish it.
I did almost quit Clanad like 3 episodes in, but I think like I got more hooked on it once like it was once more of like the first girl, like once her storyline was like more kind of developing, the one that was all like in the hospital. I think when her story started developing more, I got more into it. But before then, it was kind of dragging on. I was like, and I was thinking, man, fuck Justin's list. Like, I mean, this wasn't even on it, but fuck his list. And I
What?
kind of
Yeah, I, was
wanted
like,
to
I
just...
didn't even ask you to watch Clan Ed.
I know. I forgot why I even got into it, but yeah. And I kind of wanted to just stop on the show and get back to like anything else I was doing at the time. But yeah, I ended up powering through, and I guess like I mainly just powered through it.
So do you usually
Anything.
power through, or do you just give up?
There's like 2 shows that I can think of that I just like.
So it's not common. You usually pretty much like
Yeah.
based off of just like reading the description or looking, you're like, I'll probably like this.
Well,
Oh,
it's
wait.
like I'll watch it and then like I'll like it and then like I'll wait until the next season comes out and then I'm excited about it again. So
Okay.
it gives you that like excitement.
Wait, Haley, what shows did you almost just quit?
I quit Peaky Blinders. I told Justin because we were watching it together and I told him watch it on your own. I'm just kind of like done with it. And then it just went in a direction that I didn't like.
Mhm.
And then Walking Dead because one of my favorite characters died. And then it goes on for so long that I was already thinking about quitting it.
Walking Dead, I know it gets long. It's not a show you can binge watch. You have to have the time between the seasons
Yeah.
to try to let it, because otherwise it's definitely not a show you could just binge watch, I feel like.
I think for me it's better to binge watch because like a lot of the story makes sense. No, like specifically The Walking Dead, a lot of it like makes more sense to watch it like consistently, like and consecutively. Because well, also like if you really think about it, like from a story perspective, like the first 8 seasons take place in the span of like 2 years, and so like that's one thing that kind of adds on to it because like I remember like a constant like criticism that people had of the show was that like it only ever takes place like during the summer, and
Yeah, true.
and it is a good criticism, and that's kind of because that's when they film it, and also because it's they film in Georgia, but yeah, I mean like it makes sense from a story perspective because I mean I think like seasons 4 through 8 all take place in like 3 months, which might have even been right around summer because I know like beginning of season 3 is just getting out of winter. Yeah. So that's fine.
So I know, Nathan, you don't finish video games, but how often do you quit TV shows, like anime / live action stuff?
I usually try and give them a pretty solid grace period of like 3 to 4 episodes because I feel like you should really try and put a little bit of effort into it. I know that there's a few like Death Note I couldn't get into. That's like a big one. I don't know why. I watched like 4 episodes and I just couldn't get into it. I don't know if it was just because it was dark or like I've seen like Tokyo Ghoul and like we've seen like I know that I'm just trying to think of like other dark stuff that we've seen, but yeah, it definitely wasn't because of the category of the anime, but I don't know what it is, but it's just like I feel like if you don't get that connection to like a character or like you're not there in the story or like you can't feel like sympathetic or relate to a character of sort that's going through something, I find it so hard to connect. I don't know what it is, but I think it's like I don't know. That's usually why I just watch like rom-coms or like shonens are usually pretty straightforward and fun to watch. But yeah, it's like rom-coms and stuff like they're relaxed, they're fine, nothing crazy's happening. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like you can't connect to someone in an anime or like a TV show. It's kind of hard to keep watching. Yeah. Video games are a completely different fucking thing for me. I don't know what it is. I think it's like I just get like a message from someone and be like, "Hey, let's play this," and I'm like, "Yup, I'm there," and then I just completely like blow away whatever I've been like progressing into, like single player games. So, come on, dude.
I just remembered that there is one show I like definitively quit on, and it was like late last year. The Persona anime.
I don't know why you even watch that. I really don't know why you'd watch that.
Yeah.
Thing is, I really thought I would enjoy the story more if they just cut out a lot of the bullshit that I hated about the game. And you know,
No.
on paper
don't.
it made sense, but there was a drawback to the show that I didn't anticipate that I really kind of hated. Did you finish the game, by the way?
Number 4.
I thought you started 5 though.
Okay, I started 5, and I got past the introduction, and then I was like, this game is gonna be 100 hours long.
Mhm.
I was like, I'm not ready right now. I
Okay.
remember I got through the intro, whatever, the blah blah blah. Then he gets to the start of his town. He finds the house he's gonna live in, and I
Mhm.
sat and I finally got to where you can save. I sat there and looked at my TV, and I was like, I don't think I can do this right now.
Well, okay, so you got far enough into the game that you know that like the player character doesn't really talk. Everyone just talks to him, and you kind of just react to it from a gameplay perspective. The show was actually pretty much dead on to that, like where
Oh, really?
like it has the same main character, it has Joker, and there is a voice actor for it, but for the most part, he's quiet like most of the time. Like they really only add a few lines to him per episode, and that part from the video game just did not translate well into the anime because they try to include the immersive part of it, but it just doesn't work from that kind of storytelling perspective. And I found it a lot more dull because of it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and so when I realized that was happening, I was like, this isn't what I thought it was going to be. And also, the anime apparently the anime doesn't actually finish the anime doesn't actually finish the story. They only get like 5/6 of the way through, and then they just finished. So that was another reason I just kind of quit it.
Well, that is a perfect segue, Danny, into a topic that has nothing to do with that, which is music.
Music, I love music.
But no, actually, no. That being said, it has an awesome soundtrack. At least I love Persona's soundtracks. I think they're really good.
Yeah, they
But
sound pretty good.
So I want to start this off with we just give like a short little like minute introduction into like music in your childhood, and like, or just like it's gonna be longer than a minute, just how it's evolved from like how your introduction to hearing music to like now.
Oh, I can I start this because I know the exact reason I got into the music I like.
Yeah.
Okay, so when I was about 9 or 10 years old, or the age might be wrong, but that's just roughly what I remember it. This was around the time Linkin Park's Meteora album had just come out, and I watched the music video for Breaking the Habit on MTV, and I just fell in love with it. And anyway, that's really the reason I ended up getting into like rock and like metal and so like that was the gateway for me. Breaking the Habit music video, I remember thinking it was the coolest shit ever. And yeah.
And so it's continued.
Yeah, it just continued.
What
It was
kind of
really
music did
just
your parents listen to?
just usual Mexican stuff. That's really it.
And do you have any relation to it at all in likes, or is it
We like their music?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I think if anything, maybe like I just know it so like reflexively that I can like I know like all the beats, and like I don't really know any of the lyrics, but I know exactly how the song sounds like pretty much all the way through. But just from listening to it so long throughout the years.
All right.
Nathan, anybody?
You want to go or you want me to go?
Oh my.
Well, for mine is pretty. It was my dad. Like growing up, he always played records for me, and rock stuff. So from a young age, I always heard rock stuff. And it was always fun because I had that weird nostalgia trip at a young age of like him playing stuff for me, and then like being into like not hearing it again for a period, and then in high school hearing the songs again and being like, this song sounds new to me, but I know I've heard it before, and it had this weird like reintroduction to hearing it again. But I've pretty much kept that along, and then yeah, it went from rock to like hardcore music in high school. Like probably the end of junior high,
Mhm.
which then led into pop punk from like I did remember Bridge That Gap
Yeah.
and when we're pop punk. And then yeah, I like a lot of stuff though. Like I'll listen to classical stuff too because of video game music.
Actually, yeah. Yeah, I did get into that too.
And so
Like,
that's where I led to. Your turn.
Okay. I grew up my mom listening to like Christian rock and then my dad listening to like actual rock. Yeah. And then in basically like start of 6th grade until like senior year of high school, I did band and then a lot of classical music and then I had this thing where it's like, you know, when you like you guys wouldn't know, but like when you get a
Oh.
boyfriend and then like they like a certain kind of genre of music, so then you start to like it and then you break up and you're like, hey, I still like that music. So you kind of like acquire music. But then I remember Childish Gambino's like This Is America blew up.
Mhm.
And then so I was like, oh, this is a really interesting like video. I'm like, and then just kind of deep dive into him. And then I was able to like go to his last concert. So that was really cool. And then you were talking about not Joji per se, but like what?
Pink guy.
Yeah, Pink Guy. And you're like, oh, like one of my favorite YouTubers, like
Filthy
is
Frank.
quitting. Yeah, Filthy Frank is quitting YouTube to like pursue music. And I was like, oh, that sucks. And then one day you're like, hey, come watch this music video. It was Sanctuary. And then you're like, what does this mean to you? And then so I just started listening to Joji more. So those are probably like my top 2 artists that I listen to like most regularly is Childish Gambino and Joji.
So Joji is Filthy Frank.
Yeah.
He quit
Oh.
being Filthy Frank to pursue
I knew
music.
I knew he quit being Filthy Frank, but I didn't know it was to do music. I figured it was something, but
He said it was something to do with like some health conditions or something that he couldn't really pursue being that kind of persona of like Filthy Frank anymore. So he wanted to pursue music and like he already kind of made a few like songs with Filthy Frank that were low key pretty good. Even though he was like
he had that persona.
joking.
It was Pink Guy, right? Like
Yeah.
Pink Guy got introduction to.
Yeah. But yeah, he just like he made all this really good music and then he was like, look, I want to pursue music, and everyone was like, that's gonna suck, like we're gonna miss you, man. And then like Joji starts making music and then everyone's like, holy shit, this is Pink Guy, like this is Filthy Frank. This guy used to make random like stuff on YouTube and now he's like actually like a really good artist. So yeah. It's
oh,
pretty
Justin,
solid.
this kind of reminds me of Taco from the League. You know, he used to do
Oh, yeah.
well. He used to do like those old YouTube videos that, well, you know, probably don't hold up that well today. But like around after the League, he actually started doing like actual regular music, and it's pretty good. I like it. It's and like not what I would have expected from him. It's a lot more like folky.
Yeah, I
That's
can see
cool.
that. I can see him doing folk.
But yeah, you tried it
You're-
out.
Your turn, Nathan. Wait, have you listened to Nectar in its entirety yet?
Me?
Yeah,
Like Joji Nectar?
his last
No.
album.
No, I haven't. I've been really outdated with it, to be honest.
Okay.
It was like, was Gimme Love after Sanctuary?
Yeah, that's the same
Yeah.
album though.
I think that was like the latest song I've listened to him and I've like really liked.
A song is a banger.
Okay.
So introduction. Let's hear you.
Well, when I was younger, I used to listen to So Fresh albums, and there was one song that I used to listen to with like it wasn't a Walkman, but it was just like a CD player that I used to take to school that was like battery powered, and me and my friends would listen to Freestyler like on repeat all the time, and I think that was like my opening to kind of like electronic music because it was like really high BPM, like I was really into that. And that kind of went through a stage where Dad would listen to a lot of Linkin Park and stuff too. So when I got like my first MP3 player, it was like my first thing to be listening to like Linkin Park. And so I went through a phase with them where I just like listened to them nonstop. I didn't really outsource anything else in the same genre, but it was just still kind of there. So I had like a niche for Linkin Park. And whenever like a Linkin Park song came on, I'd be like, yeah, I know that one. That's awesome. Yeah. But if I did that, and then it was Daft Punk, and then that was probably like my biggest influence when I started buying albums on iTunes with my first iPod. And so I bought their Discovery album, and then I also bought their Alive live tour. And I remember, like, I feel like I got hearing damage from that period of my life, because I'd just be listening to Alive like nonstop whenever we go out. Yeah, the same with Discovery and stuff. But yeah, and then I went through like stages of like Deadmau5, and then it was like UKF dubstep channel, where like they had all of these really cool unique artists that did like drum and bass dubstep, like I don't know, and it just started like basing from there, just like EDM. And yeah, just started listening to other people that got inspired by Daft Punk, that, you know, started making their own music, which is really good, like Madeon and like Porter Robinson and Han Solo and Haywire and stuff like that. And yeah, I guess like the genre at the end of the day that I listen to now is just like EDM, like electronic stuff. But I've also, in between all of that too, like my brothers introduced me to like hip hop stuff and all that. So like I'd be listening to like 50 Cent and like Snoop Dogg and like Biggie and stuff like that.
Old
So
school.
yeah, so like I've had like a few genres in my life, so hence why I'm like, yeah, I don't mind listening to a few genres. I wouldn't have said that a few years ago, because
Yeah,
like
that's
yeah,
true.
I know you're like trying to get me to listen to others, and like, you know, like in a niche too, like you've also like got me to listen to like specific songs, and like, I've enjoyed them, like especially when, you know, you're doing all of your streams and stuff now, listening to all these songs that I've never heard before, that I'll actually like go in my own time and have a look at these songs. Like it's just like a little impact there. But yeah,
Don't do that.
yeah,
Don't
electronic.
don't do that.
Well,
No,
why?
Don't listen to the songs that I sing, because I want you, because it's like, then you can compare me, and I don't want that.
You know, actually, on the topic of that, so I don't know if you remember me saying this, but like I like of all the like Story So Far songs, Clairvoyant's like the one I didn't like have downloaded, and so like I downloaded it after like hearing you like play it so many times, and I don't like it as much.
Yeah, that was like me
Like-
with
Because of me or because of them?
living room song.
Well,
Is it living
Wait.
room song?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the same with me, living room song.
for me, it's partially because I think I've just heard it so many more times from you that like hearing you play, it sounds more like the actual version,
Oh,
but
okay.
also but
Okay.
also kind of because in Clairvoyant, Parker, I think that's the what was his name, he doesn't have his usual sound, so it almost like doesn't sound like him. Like I almost
Yeah,
don't even
it does
think it's
sound.
real.
It sounds different. That I know what you mean.
Like he's being a lot more like actual like singy, and I don't know. It sounds weird to me, so that's why I like your rendition better.
Hmm.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, they gonna fight.
But yeah,
Read his lips.
What? No.
read his lips.
All right, y'all ready for the spinner of doom?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a spinner. It's gonna be 1 through 4. I'm gonna I'll be youngest, so you're 1, Nathan's 2, Danny's 3, I'm 4.
Okay, I like 3.
So y'all ready?
Go.
We gotta look at it.
I want
We
to
gotta look at it.
Yeah, we don't trust
We
you.
gotta look at it.
Finish that up.
Okay,
It landed. What did it land on?
We can't see.
I'll have a look.
3.
It was white.
It's Danny.
It's
Yep,
me.
3.
Cool.
It's hard to see.
Okay.
Oh god.
So, what album do you have for us?
The first one I wanted to go through. It's a fairly wholesome album. It's called fuck. Hold on, I can't remember right now. Oh, Who Will Cut Our Hair When We're Gone by the Unicorns.
Okay, read it in the chat.
Yeah, I will. I'll even like put like a picture on it. Hold on. Well, yeah,
Who
you know,
will
I'll
cut
put
our hair when we're gone?
by
Yeah,
the Unicorns. Yeah.
yeah. There's a remastered one, 2014. Yeah.
Sure, it doesn't matter. No, go original. Go original.
Oh, okay.
I'll put it in the group chat later too.
And tell us a little bit about why you chose this one.
The first song I heard on there, it's called oh my god, I forgot what the first song is called.
Wow,
But I
you
heard
like
it on
this
TV
band,
show.
Danny.
No, I really do. It just, the thing is, like, that song ended up being like the one I got into the band because of like this one song, but then I listened to like the rest of the songs on the album, and I liked it a lot more, or like their other songs a lot more.
Hmm.
And it's just like
Me
it's
too.
very it's very like
Get off
I don't know,
the
like
phone.
like upbeat
Just-
and like kind of
just
like
X.
happy.
Okay.
I don't know. I just really like the album. Oh, the song is called, or I Was Born a Unicorn. That was a song that I first heard. Yeah, I know.
Have you been listening
But-
to them for long, or is this a new band?
No, they're an old band. I think they only had like the one album, but I
I mean,
found
like
them
your introduction to listening to them.
probably, I think in like the last 2 years.
Hmm.
Okay.
But I only started venturing out into like the rest of the album like sometime last year, probably.
Okay.
So now we
Yeah.
will all listen to this, you including again, Danny. So it's fresh,
Mhm. Yes.
not on shuffle.
Okay. Just yeah.
We
Track
need
one
to-
through.
Yeah.
And actually do it. You know, just because Justin said not to do it, just make sure you do it now.
I
No,
will.
shut up. So okay, we got to come to some kind of like middle ground about listening to stuff. Is that I want, the whole purpose of this is to listen to music and actually try to be semi immersed in it if you can. Like, because an album, like a lot of people, we don't listen to albums anymore. People just don't. You listen to bits and pieces of songs, so it's trying to like see it as the artist intended it. Because I feel like music is a very passive thing for a lot of people when it used to be a very active thing. It's an active thing for me at least. So
Yeah.
it just helps bring appreciation for like an album.
Mhm.
If you can't listen to it sitting down in your room doing nothing, that's fine. But just try to be as
Like actually.
try to be as engaged as you can while listening to it, and concurrently, like don't listen to a song and then stop and listen to a song the next day and then stop and another song the next day. Try to get as much as you can to as much as you can.
Yeah. Ideally, it looks like this album is about half an hour to about 35 minutes long. So
Yeah.
it's legit. It's just taking time out of your day, like 35 minutes, just to pretty much sit down. You don't, yeah, like Justin said, you don't necessarily have to. Like I'm trying to understand here as well, but like I know that when I listen to these albums, I'm probably just gonna go and lay on my bed and like just
Mhm.
chill out, because you just want to like try and soak it in. But
Yeah, see, I'll do that too. But if you can't,
yeah.
like, just do it during something where you're not like, don't watch TV and listen, or like,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
stuff like that. If you need to drive to work and listen to it, it's fine, stuff like that, like you said.
Thank you.
Mm,
Or
I
if
think
you're,
I
like,
originally like
if
how I'm
you're
gonna
doing
do
like,
it.
you can like be folding clothes in your room or something and listen to it, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just something where
probably-
it's the only sound you hear.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like go on a walk and just listen to like a whole thing,
Yeah, that's perfect.
like
yeah.
around my neighborhood.
That
Yeah.
would actually be pretty dope. Yeah, I might actually do that. That sounds cool. Let's go for a fucking walk. Hell yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, you're really just focusing on the walking and ideally the music.
Yeah.
So y'all have your Nathan. You had your album though, just in case.
I did.
You don't have to tell me that.
It was no.
Don't-
Don't worry.
No, keep it.
I wanted to.
So I've never heard that album Danny's saying, but just, yeah, I remember the rules for the album that I don't think most of us will have an issue where we've all heard like an album pretty much. I don't think. I'm trying to think, is there an album you think we've all heard?
I don't know about a whole
I don't know.
album in its entirety.
Yeah, I
even,
think-
even three of us.
I was thinking like Nectar, but
Yeah, Nathan. He's not
somebody.
a stan.
I've never heard of
Stan.
Nectar.
I'm just saying that's an opening then for an album. You know, I'm not even saying it to be like fuck yeah, we're gonna have it as an album that we're gonna listen to. But I've listened to Joji, but I haven't listened to that album yet. So, you know.
It's a good one. I like it.
I'm happy I wasn't picked because I was torn between 2 albums.
Oh, I have like 3 albums, but this was the first one I wanted to do specifically.
Oh, Sam, I have where's my list?
Like I already know my next 2. Yeah, my next 2.
Well, I'm hoping
Where's my
that
albums?
if this continues, I'll have another album. It's one coming out a little bit later on. But yeah,
Oh, you mean Nurture?
maybe.
But you have to like the whole album. That's the whole point of it, is try to think of an album where it in its entirety is good, not just like, oh, this song is good or this song. It's like a
Okay.
well done album.
Wait,
So
what
far,
if like there's like 1 or 2 songs you don't like on the album? Would
Yeah,
it still count because it's
fine.
majority?
As long as the majority of the album is like, this is an album that like I personally listen to in its entirety, or I
Yeah.
would.
The thing with like the other album that we're just talking about, they've already brought out like 4 singles and they're all really good. So I reckon I'm gonna love it. So yeah.
And no music with like screams,
Yeah, yeah.
because some people,
Thank you.
you can have like shouty singing, but predominantly like not like guttural death.
I have a question that like I feel like we never really covered on the topic of this, but what if, okay, we're doing albums, but what if it's like a compilation of a genre of music rather than
Ooh, yeah, I've thought
'cause,
about
like,
that too.
because like what if we want to do like an album that was like oldies that are all like similar in style, but they're not the same artist? Hypothetically.
I would say, I don't know, because I was trying to stay away from doing that for like best ofs as well for bands.
No, I mean, yeah, best those make sense. So because okay, no, I know what you mean now.
So I'm not too sure. I would say try to just do an actual album from one band if you can.
Oh yeah, no, like right now, my list is like a solid list, but it's just I was just thinking it for potentially after that.
I know what you mean though, yeah, but yeah.
Well,
You gonna listen to it?
His?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, this is the question that I want to bring up. So, because it's gonna be 2 weeks in between, right? So that's doable for you guys, listening to an album within 2 weeks.
Yeah.
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 Okay, what about, you don't have to do it right now, but what about 2 albums? Would you guys be able to do 2 albums ever?
I don't think I'd want to. I could, but I wouldn't want to.
You'd be like, it'd be 1 a week instead. Because right now, we're only gonna be able to hear an album that we say once every 2 months. Versus if we did 2 albums a podcast, we could do it once. We'd be able to give one to recommend once a month.
Man, I could probably do an album a week.
Because right now it's going to be an album every 2 weeks.
Because I know I could do an album, 1 per week, but would I actually listen to like the first week one album and the second week the other one, and then by the time we get to the podcast, I forgot about the first album, or would I just?
Too. That's a good point. But then, what's stopping you from listening to one album tomorrow and then waiting 2 weeks?
Well, see what I'm gonna do. I mean, even though I know this album, like my album already, I'm gonna like listen to it probably tonight or maybe even tomorrow, and then probably listen to it again, but like it's in its entirety leading up to the podcast, like the day of or something.
Okay.
Well, it's up to you guys. There's something I was bringing up because I would personally pick 2, so that way we could listen to more music. So we'd have 1 a week, but that's just me. It's up to you guys.
So if we did 2 albums per week, another person should pick the second album, right?
Yeah.
But we could do that. I think that makes sense.
You have 2 votes.
I don't mind.
It's not the same. That was a passive answer.
I'm
It
pretty
was a
happy with
passive
whatever.
answer.
Well, like I don't mind. It doesn't matter to me. Like
Because now
I could do that.
Because now I give you the ability to in your car. So you're like, oh,
Yeah,
I could do.
Yeah, because
I could
that's
do a
how
shit ton.
I listen to music. So
Yeah. Nathan,
I
You
could
said you could.
probably. I'm pretty happy with whatever. Yeah, I'm pretty flexible. I listen to music a fair bit, so just adding an album here or there to what I'm listening to is fine.
Okay, so
And,
do you want
like,
to do, do you want to do
I-
another one
I-
right now, or do you want to wait?
I think we should do it now.
Yeah, okay.
He's ready
Sure.
to go.
Damn, I gotta set this up again. Okay.
But now it's only 1 through 3, right?
Yep. So, yeah. well, you're one-
Justin just wanted himself to be picked. That's
I
all.
think he did, yeah.
Yeah, that's why he's like going on this whole like.
He's all like, Danny,
at
that
him,
was great, and all,
look at
but
him,
my
look at
album is
him."
gonna be so much better. I can't
I'm not even.
wait.
I'm not even gonna get picked. What? So you're
I think
one.
it's gonna be Haley.
Nathan's 2.
Harley
I'm
is.
3.
If it's 3, isn't gonna pick Danny again?
No, because I'm 3. this
Oh,
time.
okay.
It's gonna be Haley.
Yeah, it's spinning. It's 1.
I told you.
I knew it.
Okay. Well, obviously, Childish Gambino.
Okay.
Um, it's gonna be Camp.
Okay. I already have that one, so cool.
Wait, you've listened to
Happy-
Camp?
I have a lot of songs from it, but I've never listened to the whole thing.
Okay.
Okay. I
I've
like
never
it.
listened.
Yeah, I like it because I feel like it tells a lot of his story in the beginning.
So write that in the chat.
Oh, Outside is a great song.
Mm-hmm.
What's the album name again?
Camp.
Okay, yeah,
You find it?
yeah.
Oh, don't put it in the Zoom call. Just like the whatchamacallit, like the Instagram.
Hmm.
I
I can do it later on. That's fine.
And
I've
so
already,
how
I've
this
already
will- how
put it in
this
the
will
chat.
work is that so next podcast will be myself and Danny, and then 2 weeks after that we'll do this again. We'll randomly pick 2 people.
Okay.
Oh wait, so for sure next time it's you and Nathan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless I don't know something.
Just saying, in the next fortnight, it's gonna be a funky 2 albums, I reckon.
Funky 2 albums.
Yeah.
Nathan,
I don't think you know what I'm gonna pick.
I don't
Justin.
think no, you're not gonna pick Daft Punk.
You don't know. You don't know.
It would just be funny if
no
we picked the
idea.
same, we picked the exact same album.
You have no idea. I'm gonna mix it up. I've heard a few albums. I'm just saying.
I'll mix it up too then, because okay,
Alright.
what genre is Unicorns?
It's somewhere between soft and folk rock. Somewhere between there.
Okay, yours is hip hop.
Crap.
It's hip hop, isn't it?
I don't know.
It's alternative. There we go.
Nathan, can you tell me what genre you're going to pick so that it looks like I pick a genre different?
Well, it's gonna be like. It's gonna be definitely it's gonna be like electronic, but
That's all I wanted to
subgenre.
know. It's gonna be something like
Yeah.
I'll try to pick something different than that, than like a different avenue to keep everything like
Well, I mean, I don't know. It's hard with some electronic because it can like kind of go into other genres as well. What are you doing?
He's trying to tickle
Why?
Danny
He
again.
doesn't feel it.
I feel it doesn't feel like someone's tickling me, but it feels like there's a presence, like an invisible hand.
An invisible hand. Yeah.
All right. So, okay. Oh wow, we went for quite a while.
Yeah.
It's okay. We'll probably make it shorter next time. I'll try to get more structured.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's a
Learning curve.
Who do you
pilot.
think won the UFC fight?
I don't know. And to be quite honest with you, it's gone through all of the fucking matches. So the last one, Joe Blankovich versus Israel, is
He's been looking
kind of on
up.
at the moment,
Even-
and I have no idea.
I'm
You
sorry.
cheated on
Dude.
us.
I'm sorry that you'll never get to watch a UFC fight if it's on our Saturdays ever again. Every 2 weeks. Just pick a new hobby. Pick like I don't know. Pick something that has fights on Friday. Oh, he's going for you. What are you doing? Oh, he's stretching.
I'm stretching, man.
All
I've been
right.
sitting on my seat forever.
All right. Well, There you go. Thank y'all for coming to this podcast. You know,
Bye, Nathan.
See ya.
We'll still be
Ciao.
here too.